Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Hideaway Field here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Premier League Wiffle. Thursday night action here featuring the Warbirds versus the Snappers. I'm Chad Phillips here, and I have in the booth with me all-star ace pitcher Tom Gannon tonight. What's going on, Tom?
Not much, Chad. I'm excited for this matchup. Warbirds coming off the offseason. I think they're rejuvenated. The Snappers, I don't know if they really took much of an offseason.
They didn't really improve their team at all to come into this season. You're basically looking at the exact same squad as the Snappers had last season, except there's one small difference, and it's going to be the same small difference they had at the end of last season with Taylor Bryner only having one arm.
That's right.
Another baseball injury has broken his left hand. His left hand. He'll still be able to pitch, he thinks he can hit 350 one-handed, Tom.
Something notable. Both times it was sliding into second base. This time they called him safe. But it's a much bigger injury. He's going to be out a bit longer. Yeah,
it looks like about half the season he's going to be wearing this cast on his left hand. And we'll see what he has and if he's able to carry this team as well. There's no Johnny Castaneda here tonight for the Snappers. You're going to have to see Jesse Capps and Jonathan Wilson, guys like that, step up here tonight if the Snappers want to be successful, because this Warbirds team is loaded and full this evening.
Yeah, a notable Warbird in attendance, Peter Maccabee, making the drive from Upland, California to play tonight for the Warbirds.
Yeah, Matt Patricus will be batting sixth here tonight. Adam last night was raving about how good of a six-hitter Jason Stevenson was, but I'm going to put Matty Patricus right up against him head-to-head here tonight, and we'll see what the results vary. We got some lineups here, Tom?
I believe we've got the Snappers the Warbirds are away, correct?
Let's get that Warbirds lineup up. There we are. We got Peter Maccabee, Buck Burner, Jim Dodos, Sean Merciel, KJ LaCroix, and Matty Patricus. How about that Snappers lineup, Tom?
For the Snappers, we've got Shane Weber in left field, Manny Santianes playing second base, Brandon Gregg, the pitcher, Jonathan Wilson in right field, Jesse Capps at shortstop, and Taylor Bryner, the DH.
Brandon Gregg will go up against Jim Dodos, basically turned into that Warbirds ace by the end of last season. He really started picking it up. He had a lot of trouble getting through 3-4 innings when he first came out here, but by the end of the season, he was throwing complete games. And he has 3 or 4 pitches that really no other pitcher in this league has, with his interesting arm slot and left arm.
Yeah, Jim throws something like a palm ball, and I don't think there's anybody else that throws anything like that.
No, I think somebody else was using the whole grip on their hand. I think Santianes does a little bit of that too, but he was featuring that knuckleball the other night. Man, that was nasty.
Yeah, Santianes' knuckleball is one of the best pitches in the league, and that's why he kind of snuck into the top 5 in ERA toward the end of the season. I think he might have been third.
Yeah, he said he's going to be he's going to have it all season. He's really developed out here, and he worked hard in the offseason. A lot of guys worked hard in the offseason. This Snappers team is leading that pack all the time. They cannot get enough reps out here. When games are over, they start taking BP instantaneously. So we'll see if that helps them out here.
Yes, the Snappers, that first season, they hit BP in the night quite a bit, and that translated into a championship.
Yeah, Taylor Bryner has passed on a lot of his knowledge to Shane Weber, who is a great student of the game, and he has learned how to use his power more effectively and efficiently. And he's going to be leading off here tonight. And with Taylor Bryner with that broken hand, it didn't take him out of the lineup. He'll be batting sixth, Taylor Bryner. So Stevenson, Patricus, and Briner in the 6th hole all of a sudden here in the PLW. How much talent has emerged here in the last year?
Yeah, it's really, you think back to that winter season, we've come quite a ways.
Yeah, we certainly have. Welcome to Hideaway Field, everybody. We're about 3 or 4 minutes here from Warbirds Snappers. Let's recap the week here. Ones on Monday night took 2 of 3 from the Bombers. Then on Tuesday night, the Sand Vipers took 2 of 3 from the Vaders.
A real heartbreaker, that loss, too.
Yeah, it was a heartbreaker. You guys could have had that sweep, but to get a sweep out here in the PLW, you have to be running on all cylinders all night long, and it's going to be really hard to get 3 with the parity we have. And then last night we had, I already lost my train of thought here, Tom.
And that's fine.
Last night, the Legends.
Legends Night Owls.
Night Owls, that's right, yes.
Josh Towers making his PLW debut.
Brandon Mile looked fantastic out there as well. Jason Stevenson for the Legends, boy, his stuff was fantastic last night on the mound as well.
Yeah, he looked great.
I think he just put his name right into that Cy Young race this season as well.
If he can keep himself in the game, that screwball's devastating.
Yeah, he really was effective last night. He didn't take any pitches off. Sometimes Jason is known to get down in the count and kind of get frustrated, but last night I saw several times when he was down 2-1 and 3-1, he really bared down and was able to get it done. You see Brandon Gregg on the mound loosening up. He'll be the Snappers starter for Game 1. I did hear the Snappers talking last season that Brandon did have trouble with his control. He walked out a lot, and many times they waited until Game 3 to give him his start. So once he walks out, he didn't get a chance to get any reps. So they're going to try him Game 1 tonight, so they can use him again throughout the night if he struggles in this first game.
Yeah, he could walk up to 6 guys tonight if he pitches all 3 games and walks out.
Yeah, I gave him a little hard time over there. But yeah, now you can walk out 3 times instead of 1. So we'll see. He's been working extremely hard in the offseason, I've been told as well, and mostly on his pitching. A lot of these guys have, pitching setups at their house in their backyards and have bought, strike zones and dozens of wiffle balls so they can get their reps in at home.
Yeah, and a big key to wiffle ball is that you can practice pitching by yourself. You need somebody to throw BP to really practice hitting.
Absolutely. Hitting off a tee is not going to...
There's no excuse for not being able to pitch other than not wanting to, and that's fine. There's plenty of guys that have no desire.
Yeah, you must
that
have...
gives more innings for me.
More innings for you, Tom, and I should throw a little shout out to you as well since we're talking about all the great pitchers of this week. Boy, you looked filthy on Monday night as well. You lost your shutout on a little solo bomb in the last inning, I believe.
Yeah, it was karma because I told Sasai, hey, I know you're hiding your best hitter in the 6th spot tonight, and he hit 2 home runs.
Ibarra, right?
Yeah,
that was impressive as well. Ibarra helped them get 1 win there, and that was a big win. You don't want to get swept out here. Just going 1-2, it feels okay driving out of here, but when you get swept, you're just thinking all night long about
the Legends left quick.
Yeah. There was some good games, though. They did strand a lot of guys on base, so they definitely have the potential to put a bunch of runs home. Their sequencing last night was just not ideal. They just kind of scattered those hits over too much. All right, so Peter Maccabee again made the 4-hour drive from Upland, California. He's going to be in the leadoff spot here tonight. When Mock shows up for the Warbirds, they are a completely different team. He is an all-star in all facets of this game. He is a very experienced wiffler. He runs his own leagues out in California. And he's ready to go after making this drive.
Yeah, Maccabee, the captain of the Whippets Wiffle Ball Club, finishing in the semifinals, losing to the national champions in that big tournament in Pennsylvania. And for the 2nd year in a row, he, Randy, and a couple other guys have made it to the semifinals and lost to the eventual champion.
Yeah, the Snappers did make the finals all 3 seasons last year. They won the spring championship against the Vipers. Did they beat you guys?
It was the Calicos. It was featured in that beginning clip in the countdown that you guys see every stream.
That's right. Nick Davila with a long fly ball with 2 on and 2 out, down 2 in the last inning.
Would have been a walk-off home run, I believe, for Game 1.
Yeah, and Weber was able to range back to the warning track and pull that in for a Snappers championship. Then in the
pretty iconic
summer season, the Ones handled the Snappers with some great defense. And then in the fall season, it was the Vipers able to prevail over those Snappers, who gave them a good fight, but you guys were just a little too strong.
Yeah, and it was, having Taylor with the one-handed swing, he still somehow went 6 for 8 and hit a home run off me.
Like I said, he said he's going to hit 350 with one hand. I call because I don't think he can do it. I think the pitching has really come a long way here. The weather conditions here early in the season, at least, are a little difficult, although he has more than enough power with one arm to get the ball out of here.
Delahante, I believe Briner is still in the lineup, so he should be hitting. He'll probably be pitching at some point, but I believe he's planning on not playing the field as he only has one hand.
He'll be batting 6th. He's hitting last for the Snappers tonight, and I'm sure he's looking to work his way up through the lineup himself and prove how good he is with one arm out here. He has a lot to prove, as he has the 3-time reigning PLW MVP, which is just crazy. Adam Tannick gave him a good run in the fall, and arguably maybe should have got the nod, but here we go. First pitch from Brandon Gregg to Peter Maccabee. Just a little low. Briner should be in uniform. He'll take his sweatshirt off when it's time. He's ready over there. He's got his Snapper sweatshirt on. All right, right, Greg. Has been his bugaboo out here, finding a way to get ahead of hitters, get that count leverage.
No matter how much he's practicing, this is definitely different.
Mock drives one the other way. A lot of spin. That's running away, but Jesse Caps a Gold Glover with a great play.
Amazing range there by Caps.
He's got such long fingers, and it helps him so much just securing that wiffle ball. He's shown us time and time again.
Gets almost all the way to the wall. Kind of stole that from Shane. I wonder if they had any communication out there.
That ball was really moving away from both guys. Big swing by Buck. Little drop ball from Greg. Going to be 0-2. Fouled off. A little too good of a pitch there on 0-2, I think. But he did throw it a little quicker. Buck was a little behind it. Ball one. A little up. Good waist pitch. Let's see what he comes back with here. I'd like to see something down to Buck. Buck handles the ball inside very well. Fouled back again. Good swing by Buck.
Buck, a former Sandviper, still got some green on that bat.
Oh, yeah. Good take, just up and away. Recognizing pitches out here is one of the most important things to hitting. A good approach and then recognizing what they're throwing and what they're trying to get you out with. Buck hits a hard one. That's batted down. It's going to be close. Greg's got time.
Great play there by Greg. The classic little soccer goalie slap.
Greg
Keeps it in the infield, and Greg to Greg.
Greg was a goalie. He was a goalie in soccer for many years, a very good one. They won a couple of championships out here, and you can see how quick and he is at getting down and getting his whole body extended. Knock that ball down. That's smashed. Wow, that had a lot of zip on it, Tom.
That almost made it out of here.
That's what happens when Jim Dodos hits the ball.
Looks like that short hop the wall. Dodos, another big exit velo. Nothing new from Jim. Steps right into the new season, right where he left off.
He's going to be proud of that one there, going the other way and hitting that pitch right where it was at. He's been really trying not to pull the ball as much and to use this whole field, and it's a good start to Jim for the season. Here's Sean Marcial. Very active and helping on this stream.
Had him on Skycam last night.
Great. Gets up in the count here, 2-1. Greg gets 2 quick outs. Now he's got to work. It's a little down. We'll see what Marcial's looking for on 3-1 here. And walking out Brandon is not that beneficial, as the Snappers have a couple of extremely good pitchers waiting to come in and get him out of this jam. Look for something here. Good job,
Is that gonna make
Marcial. Way out of here, Tom. Sean Marcial puts the Warbirds on the board, 2-0.
See you later. Gets ahead in the count, finds a pitch he likes, and smashes it well over the fence. That wasn't even close.
Yeah, I think that's the strategy here against Brandon. Get ahead in the count and look for something to drive. Great job by Sean Marcial. Last season, I think he had 11 home runs last season, but they were in one big bunch. He was with the Sandvipers for a little bit, and he hit 5 or 6 in a couple of series and tailed off a little bit. But he starts this season off big with a long home run, and here is KJ LaCroix, good friend of mine.
KJ, another one of those boomer bust guys in this league. You can see him really run into one.
He's got a very compact swing.
Seems like sometimes he just kind of lulls you to sleep, and then in that first at bat, you think he can sneak one over, and he sneaks it over.
That's a great analogy there. And KJ was suffering from a torn oblique last season for a lot of the season in the summer and the spring. So it took him a while to get healthy. And as you see, Brandon, 2 quick outs, but now the struggle starts. And that's his first walk. It's early here. It's going to put more pressure on him here to throw strikes. Here's Patricus in the 6 hole. Dangerous hitter. uses all fields. Everything's up, Tom, up. He doesn't want to be up there. He's got to get that down.
Low strike zone, too, so you can get away with a lot of pitches that are very low.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, a little better pitch there. Patricus, though, with
A little bit fast at 57,
Ooh,
over that 55-mile-per-hour speed limit. So even if that had hit the strike zone, it would have been a ball.
You guys see that clock running down bottom? Infielders have 5 seconds. When the ball is imminent in the hitting area, the clock starts, and then when it hits that backstop, it stops, and 4.99 will be an out, 5.00 will be safe. We have 2 backup stopwatches down on the field.
Almost bounces over off the lip of the batter's box right there.
It's going to fill the count. Big pitch for Brandon. Really bears down here. Look for a 12-6, right down the middle. And there it is. Patricus swings through it. Brandon.
Right at 55, too. That's a big pitch, full count. Keeps him in the game. He can go back out there for the next inning.
That's going to put Dodos on the mound here. You guys got to listen to Jim Dodos last night. Fantastic broadcaster he is. Just such a natural up here. And looking forward to seeing him work this season.
And Chad, I just got word from downstairs. We have just passed 10,000 followers on Twitch.
Awesome.
We are now at
awesome.
10K.
10,000 followers. Fantastic.
I believe on Tuesday night we passed 100,000 followers on TikTok. So get ready, because it's going to be a big year at PLW.
Yeah, we should be able to just continue to grow exponentially from here. Big things lined up this season, 18 weeks. Again, 2 teams are designated to a night of the week. So tonight, it's Snappers and Warbirds. So every Thursday night all season long, you will see either the Snappers or the Warbirds as the home team. And so you'll play 10 games on your day of the week, and then you'll play 2 games on each other day of the week.
Yeah, I think that's great for a couple of reasons. A, for the teams coming out here, their guys can have that one day off of work that they can get out early, make sure they get down to the game, warm up. And also for fans, if you have a favorite team, you got a night of the week, you get to see them. Probably every other week, as there's 2 home teams. So it's really only every couple of weeks that you be
Yeah, it's a
playing your home
randomized
night.
schedule, but yeah, absolutely. 10 out of 18 times you'll see your team play on that one night of the week.
And if you go to PremierLeagueWiffle.com, you can see the full 54-game schedule for each team this season. It's all there, including stats as well for all the players. Chad is the guy that digs in and makes sure, rewatches the stream and makes sure all the stats are right. And it's a pretty thankless job.
Yeah, it's been pretty thankless, but it's all good. I love the numbers, and I want to make sure that all stats are perfect all
That's
the
true.
time.
The stats are even better to look at when you know they're right. I've played in a lot of wiffle ball leagues where it's tough to keep track. You know as good as anyone how tough it is to keep track.
Yeah, especially when we have 8-10 different people, volunteering down here and keeping track, and it can be a little tricky, but everybody's getting really good down here. Dodos throws ball 1 inside to Weber. Comes right back with a beautiful slider to the outside. Jim throws about 4 pitches. He throws a slider, he throws a drop, he has this palm ball, which I'm thinking is coming right now.
Yep.
No,
There it is. I think that was it.
Yeah.
You can see in that center field camera when he's really digging his palm into it, or digging the ball into his palm, so to speak.
Yeah, typically to throw a wiffle ball, you want to get it up in your fingers and have nice smooth control so you can control the release.
And the dreaded dribbler right back to Dodos. Hits the strike zone at 76 miles per hour.
And then kicks it at like 72 into the backstop. Jim, a very efficient soccer player, and just an absolute all-star with his feet. You will see him mix in his feet whenever he can have a little fun.
Yeah, you often see him kind of hacky sacking the ball back to himself when the ball's thrown around a little bit.
Here's Manny Santianes, ball 1. Jim comes right back with that same slider again. It was probably going to hit that pan, and it's 1-2.
Jim really pounding the zone, trying to get ahead in counts here.
You heard him last night talk about count leverage many times up here in the booth, so you know that that's always kind of on the back of his mind.
If he's thinking about that up here, he's thinking about that down there too.
Yeah. Good pitch there. Manny reaches, spoils it. We'll get another.
Manny hits well against me, so I think he sees lefties well. I think a lot of hitters, they might like facing lefties because the ball kind of stays out there and you can slap it the other way. As Briner spikes that one, but is able to knock it down, not a double.
He had a little bit more time to get that momentum going forward. That throw never had a chance. It was a dead duck right out of his hand. You might as well take that extra quarter of a second to find that grip, get that momentum moving forward so you can make a good throw and have a chance. Probably going to go as a base hit. It was a tricky play with a lot of spin on it. Kyle Lohman is being the official scorer tonight down there. We got Brad Ogden up here on the main stopwatch. Alex Carrasco on third stopwatch. We got Bruce Uson up in Skycam. Who we got down in the booth there tonight, Tom?
I believe we have Logan Christie and Nick DeVella downstairs running the stream. Christie on the camera switcher, DeVella on that scoreboard graphic that could tell you guys the situation and sometimes tell us the situation.
2-2 pitch from Dodos. Tank on the outside. Beautiful slider. Was never in a spot where Brandon Gregg could hit it, and it finds that pipe.
You know, Jim, when he was first out here, sometimes he would struggle a lot. He would throw that same type of pitch, but it would always be 56. And now he's getting that in the 51, 52 range.
Excellent adjustment by Dodos. He is a gamer. He expects the best out of himself, and you can see the visible frustration even after just one pitch that he doesn't like. That's popped up. Looks like an easy play. A gold glover again there in Petricus.
Petricus, I think, a 2-time or 3-time Gold Glover.
I believe he won one all 3 seasons last year. Yeah, absolutely. I think he did. Weber won one in spring, and Caps won one in the spring and in the fall. He felt he got snubbed in the summer, came back strong.
Yeah, you're right. I think myself, Couts, and Petricus all had 3.
Yep, I think that's correct. Marcial also won a Gold Glove in the fall, so we got a lot of good defenders out here tonight. The Snappers were definitely the best defensive team in this league when we first came out back last March, last April. The Snappers were tough with Jesse Capps' his ability. Taylor Bryner was playing a lot more defense back then before he really found himself on the mound. And they really want to work Brandon Gregg into this rotation, and they got Jonathan Wilson, which is kind of the same type of situation. They want to get those two guys the most work so they can improve. They already know what they get out of Weber. They already know what they get out of Briner. They need to find a 3 and a 4 pitcher that's effective.
And I believe in right field, they've got a new player. They just used their free agentship.
Last name is Murphy. I did not catch the first name. Michael Aguara, who is unavailable for this season, was just released, and they claimed a young man by the name of Murphy. We'll see if he gets some reps later on. Gregg missing up again.
Warbirds back to the top of that lineup. Peter Maccabee. Coming all the way down to play some wiffle ball. Ground ball right to Gregg.
Look at Kelly. He's got to get up pretty quick. He's got time.
And executive producer Greg Kelly makes the play.
It hit under 5 seconds. The watch was a tiny bit late in stopping there, but you could clearly see that it was 4.7 or 4.8 when the contact was made. Buck with a hard grounder. Kelly on the other side. Same play, a little better throw. 4.16 this time.
Kelly, another one of those guys that's good at knocking that ball down. It's going to bring Jim Dodos, the pitcher, up to the plate. Jim doubled in his first at bat. Looking to drive something here.
He's a perennial
shortly.
MVP candidate every season, especially with his two-way abilities.
Jim, I think, has got one of the highest exit velos in the league. Every time you see him hit the ball, he hits it hard.
Absolutely.
Ryan Murphy on the Snappers.
Jim also has an area of the field named after him here, Tom. The Garden of Serenity out there in right field over the fence, and that was named after Mr. Dodos here.
Fouls that one just to the right of the pylon.
No doubt a trench nickname there with the Garden of Serenity.
I think almost every nickname is made by Trench.
Oh, okay. He's the official nicknamer of the PLW.
He says all the craziest, wackiest things.
Oh. That's hit hard. Greg Kelly, 3-4-3. Beautiful inning by Kelly. He gets the hat trick. Get that man a glass of champagne. Or a Modelo.
Yep. Kelly, busy out there.
So after 1.5 innings, it's 2-0. Leilani Realtor, the new realtor of the PLW. See if I have I don't have the readout for that.
I believe I've got it right here. Just a moment. Here we go. The top of the second inning is brought to you by Leilani Acuna, the official realtor of the PLW. Whether you are selling or buying your first home, you now have a realtor trusted by the PLW family.
Excellent, excellent. Our sponsors are growing. Interest is growing. Our volunteers so far this season have been growing a little bit. Everybody wants to be a part of this. It's a great thing going forward here. And everybody out there, we need your help. Need all the fans' help every night. Tune on in. PLW, 6 p.m., Monday through Friday.
The fun never stops. Except for in the winter.
Except for in the winter, which it needs to stop because it was too much work. And it's too cold to play wiffle ball.
At night.
Definitely, definitely. We could have maybe a 1 p.m. Winter season.
One matinee series every Sunday.
It could definitely happen in the winter. We could arrange that one once we have a new field and everything. We might be able to do something.
Very
like that.
exciting. We are now renters of the field here, so we're looking to build that new field for next season. And let me tell you guys, if you think this is cool, if you think this is a cool field, just wait.
Just wait. Here's Dodo's back on the hill. Bottom 2. Jesse Caps in the 5-hole, leading off. Jesse hits one.
Rips that one to the gap. Oh, did he get it? Let's see the replay here. I think he had that for 2 or 3
There's got to be a voluntary release. There's got to be a voluntary release.
That's a tough call right there. We've got the replay if the umpire wants to come take a look. This is a tough one. They had a collision out there.
He's got to have a voluntary release there. That is not a catch. Kyle.
It looks like it hit the fence in the air. It looks on the replay to be. That's tough to tell.
If I hit the, I can't tell if I hit the wall.
It looks like it got it. Yeah, I've got the same.
I got the same. Yeah.
Yeah. So it goes off the hands of Matt Petrikis and into the wall. Petrikis, one of the...
That's a triple. That's not an error. That's a triple.
Petrikis leads the league in making funny faces. Every picture you see of the guy, he's got a wacky face, and you can see the face he makes after he bumps into his teammate there, and the ball gets knocked into the wall.
Yeah. Just got to get out of Matty's way there, I think.
Now the one-handed Taylor Bryner. He's had plenty of practice with the one hand as he finished last season with a broken thumb, now upgrading to the full hand being broken.
Upgrading.
He's got a bigger cast.
Looks like he's got a little more reach now, actually. I think he can really extend that one arm.
And when you're facing a lefty, the pitches are all outside for you to reach for as he rips one up the middle in his first at bat.
350 one-handed. I mean, God.
He might hit better.
How many guys in this league would die to hit 350? And he wants to do it with one arm. That's a rocket.
And the dynamic duo doing what they do. Anything you can do, I can do. Briner Weber, even though he's not at the top of the lineup, they're still hitting back-to-back.
Yeah, Weber is a monster. That's a double play ball. He goes to third for the easy one, throws to second, has it. 4-6-3, out at third, out at second. Once you got that first and second, nobody out, you got to be so careful not to roll one over.
Only 2 outs there. I think a couple of the Warbirds might have thought they'd get out of the inning. Now the pitcher, Brandon Gregg, coming up to the plate, trying to help his cause here. And he rips one right back up the middle. Doesn't look like Jim got a hand on that. Just missed, as he's got some of the quickest reflexes of any pitcher in the league, but unable to get a hand on that one.
86-mile-an-hour exit velocity on that one.
Some would say that's pretty quick.
That is pretty quick. You're only 40 feet away by the time you release that pitch, and ball coming at you at 86 miles an hour from 40 feet is not easy to judge.
So that's going to bring Jonathan Wilson up to the plate. Wilson broke the stopwatch monitor in warm-ups today.
He finished off what Walker started last night?
Pretty much. Well, actually, it's a different monitor. They both broke separate monitors.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So we may have to rethink that design as Wilson swings and misses.
It's going to bring the count 2-2. 2 outs. Bottom 2. Snappers need a hit here to tie it up. Ooh, just misses. Count is full. Dodos hates walking guys. Look for a strike here.
Rips that one just foul.
Just foul. You got a good look at that one, Tom, from your seat here.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
You probably have the best seat in the house for that call. That's the one tricky area we have, that first baseline.
Right back
Dodos
up at
knocks
Jim.
that one down. He's got time here. Fires it into the backstop. 4, 3, 5. 3 outs. Snappers get 1. After 2, 2-1 Warbirds.
And you got to wonder if this is a big revenge game for Jim, as the Snappers knocked the Warbirds out of the playoffs last season.
The Snappers last season in the 3 seasons were 84-39. I'd like to see the Sand Vipers record for the 3 seasons last year. Adam, maybe you could compile that. Snappers 84-39. I'm going to say that was a couple of games better than the Sand Vipers, but I could be wrong.
We did have a very good spring season, as we were kind of ready to go more than some of the other teams, and the Snappers had a very slow start, as they didn't even know they had the best player in the league until week 6.
Yeah, that's about right. They were 25-17 in the spring. They were 30-12 in the summer, and then they were 29-10 in the fall season. So the Snappers really kept their momentum going all year long. Again, though, they didn't really improve very much in the draft this season. They kind of they're running back that same crew from last year. They added GK here at the end of last season, really shoring up their defense. And we'll see if the Snappers are still going to be a powerhouse this season, or if a lot of managers predicted them to be back by around 500 this year. Here's Marcial, big 2-run home run in the first, or the second.
The Snappers actually traded their first-round pick for 3 straight seasons for Chris Gishwinger, who also is not here tonight.
Yeah, no Gishwinder, no Castaneda. They're 2 biggest hitters probably, other than Briner. I guess Weber too, but those 2 guys are huge. Big righty, big lefty. Really good pitch by Gregg there.
Gregg now in his 3rd inning of work. If he gets through this, it might be the deepest he's gone into a game in his career.
I think there was 1 or 2 times last season he did manage to throw 3 or 4 innings.
Marcial with the opposite field home run in his last at bat.
Jared, you're watching more ads because you are not subscribed to our channel. If you just link your Amazon Prime account, that will get you a free subscription, or you can just pay up the $5 and get your prescription.
The Sand Vipers were 86-37 last year.
2 games better than the Snappers. Good at bat by Marcial. Walks Gregg out. Who are they going to go with? GK looks like he wants the ball. Weber might take the ball, though. I have a feeling. Yep.
And it looks like Shane Weber is getting the nod. He's going to be coming into the game.
So the way we count innings here, pitchers can throw 9 innings maximum on the night. 1 pitch in the course of an inning is counted as an inning. So that's, even though Brandon Gregg didn't record an out here in this inning, he threw 3 innings in this game. He'll have 6 remaining for the night. Shane Weber is also going to get charged an inning for this particular inning. So if he was to finish this game, he would throw 4, Gregg would throw 3, 9 max per night.
And the only real exception to this rule would be if Jim, the starting pitcher, who started with 0 innings at the beginning of the game, if the game went to the 10th inning and he still hadn't walked out or been pulled voluntarily, he would be able to keep going for that 10th, 11th, and so on.
Yep. That's the only way you can earn that 10th inning. And you have to throw every pitch of the game as well. You can't use a pitcher for 1 out in the 4th or something, and then that would remove your ability to pitch into the 10th. That's probably going to happen one time in 2 years, though, but I can't wait till it does.
It might never happen. I don't know.
You're right. It might never happen, but I would love to see it.
It's tough to do. I mean, not only to stay in the game that long, but to also have the extra innings. I mean, I feel like with the 55 mile per hour speed limit here, you're expected to push runs across. I mean, we've only had, I believe we had 1 game go as a tie last season when we were only doing the maximum of 2 extra innings. I believe there was only 1 tie in the whole fall season.
I believe there was 1 tie in each of the 3 seasons. There was 1 tie.
That might be right.
There was at least 2 total in the year. There might have been a third.
I think the spring season, the Stonemen might have tied twice. Because they tied against the Ones and somebody else.
No, that was it. There was 1 in the spring and 1 in the summer, the Stonemen. It was late in the spring season and then early in the summer season.
Oh, that's right.
And then there was 1 tie in the fall season as well. As you see KJ LaCroix leading off the top of the 3rd here. Oh, no, not leading off. Sorry, we have a guy on first. Greg walked out.
Sean Merciel.
Weber in relief here. Weber is a strike thrower. Walks have never been a problem for Shane. Throws kind of a heavy ball.
Shane also one of the pitchers that's really good at pitching to his defense. He's good at getting guys to hit the ball where his fielders are.
That's deep, but Wilson's out there.
There's another one. Weber able to use his fielders. You know, it's a team sport, and he gets those guys involved. Briner as well. They're really not pitchers that are trying to strike everybody out. They're trying to make you get yourself out.
Briner was telling me the other day that he throws one of his pitches intentionally, understanding which side of the ball the hitter is going to hit. So he thinks he has a system to get. That's a grounder. Going to try and roll it. Did they have enough time? Low throw.
Looks like that skips. Might have been late anyway.
So he thinks that he knows how to have the ball in the hitting area so the batter is hitting the incorrect side of the holes to get carry. That's how much he's thinking out there when he's pitching. So the Snappers team always knows they have Taylor to get them out of a jam. So they try and work their whole team in, and then when it's the game's in the line, you're going to see Taylor on the mound. Just foul ball down the third base line.
Mock trying to find a hole there. Looks like a lot of the Warbirds are using Buck Burner's bat. He must have
made a good one.
Yeah, that thing's solid. He's had it for a long time.
Andrew Leday, known as the best bat maker in this league, manager of the Cajuns.
And Buck Burner might be giving him a run for his money.
Yeah, we'll have to have a bat making contest someday. The count is 2-2. Buck, Shane always fielding his position well. Knocks it down, throws it out. Shutdown inning from Weber. That's going to bring the Snappers back up to bat here, looking to tie this game up. Welcome, guys. Hideaway Field here, Premier League Wiffle, live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Here on a beautiful Thursday night. The weather is warming up here in Las Vegas. This is the warmest of the 4 nights we've had yet.
Absolutely.
And we got some good stuff going on out here. Ryan Murphy, the chip they used before the game, is going to pinch hit here and make his PLW debut.
Before the game, Jonathan Wilson told me this guy's going to be their next Castaneda. And those are pretty big shoes to fill.
He's got his work cut out for him, for sure.
I'm not sure if he's going to hit 6 home runs tonight.
Johnny's not here tonight, huh? I like watching Johnny play.
Johnny swings hard.
Yeah, he does. He is one of the top 20 softball players in the country, I'm going to say. I think it's even higher than that. I just don't want to exaggerate here. But I did hear he's a nationally ranked softball player, and you can see the swing. I saw him in a video hitting a couple of just softballs. He hit them so far, Tom. I was just like, are you joking me?
Big, strong guy.
Yep, absolutely. Dodo's back out for his 3rd inning of work here, holding on to this 2-1 lead. We got Buck playing second, Merciel at short, KJ at third. We got Patricus out in center, and who is that out in left, Tom?
In left, I think that's the 4th overall pick. Is that James Perez?
James Perez, 4th overall pick in this year's draft.
Yeah, the Warbirds happy to get him in the 4th spot. I know I saw his little pre-draft interview, and he had probably the best interview of all of them.
Excellent. Well, Chris was extremely excited to get him. He was really nervous about who Leday was going to pick with the 2 and the 3 hole, but he was able to get his guy in the 4 hole. Here's Dodos. Good first pitch to the rookie. That's how you want to attack rookies out here. Get up 0-2. Now he can go anywhere here.
You can see Murphy doing that same little low hands and bat waggle that Castaneda does. Maybe he is going to be the next Johnny.
Good pitch by Dodos, seeing if he can get the rookie to swing at something a little hot.
A good take by the rookie. Taking I know as a rookie, I had a tough time not swinging when it's a strike coming in.
Yep. That is one of the most important things in this lead is recognizing strikes and a strike.
Just over the speed limit at 56 on the bar.
I don't think
Dodo's heartbroken.
I don't think he read that one up there at the plate, but he's lucky. Gets another pitch here. That's gonna come back quickly.
Jim
Dodo's
able to get it before it goes foul.
Play. 4-8-4 on the number. Great play by Jim to attack that ball, because if he waits another half a second, that thing is going to spin back foul.
By the time that ball hits the ground again, it's foul. Okay. And it looks like Jim Dodo's doing his best James Stein impression, tying his shoe on the mound.
That line you see going horizontal out in front of the plate is the cheap line. The ball has to cross that line, but that line is treated exactly like the first and third base lines. So the fielder has to get that ball while it's inside his side of the line.
Taylor trying to reach out and go the other way with that one. Able to get full extension. I think he's going to like facing a lefty here, because it's tough to get jammed with swinging with one hand, but if you can really extend those hands, as Jim goes away with another one. Taylor had a single up the middle in his first at bat.
Pitch by Dodos. It's going to be a tough area for Taylor to handle with that one hand.
Again, folks, Briner breaking his hand playing baseball. Not sure why he would play that silly sport. We play wiffle ball here.
Sliding into second
it's karma,
base.
if you ask me. You don't have to slide into any bases here.
But you still do somehow.
I like to have fun.
Ball 1, ball 2 to Weber.
That's going to be a fair ball off the hands of KJ. Kicks over the pylon, and Weber's able to get on base again with another base hit to the left side. It's going to bring up Manny Santianes. I believe he grounded into a double play last time up. Dodo's getting ahead in the count here. Ground ball to third, knocks it down. Merciel picks it up. On to home for the out.
Gassed Manny up there and got him to swing. I believe that pitch was 62. I'm not 100% sure. It was definitely hot. But Manny is one of those guys that you can get to chase a little bit of hot pitches. That's the importance of getting that first strike. Once you're down 0-2 as a batter, it's hard to lay off a pitch that's right down the middle, even if it is 5 miles an hour too fast. When you go up there and you're looking at a 1-1 or a 2-1 count, it's a lot easier to lay off of that pitch as you're not risking taking that strike 3. After 3, we're halfway through here. Warbirds 2, Snappers 1. Weber back to the mound for his second inning of work.
Shane really similar to Adam Tanek in the sense that everything he throws seems hittable, but then you get in the box and it doesn't seem so hittable anymore.
God, Adam, I don't know what he does out there, man. It does look like he's throwing hittable pitches, and then you look up and he's got 22 and a third scoreless, and it's like, what? But yeah, he knows what he's doing out there.
Very deceptive, very good at changing speeds, changing locations. Even though he's throwing the same pitch a lot, he's not really throwing the same pitch a lot.
Very good at understanding what hitters are thinking and what they're looking for, and not doing that.
And he gets Briner to chase.
That's right. 65 from, we'll say 40 feet away. It certainly looks like
62 right there, peppering it inside.
about 100.
Although luckily you've got that nice light wiffle ball bat, so in terms of being able to react, you still have more time than the baseball equivalent.
Yeah, that's the big difference out here. In baseball, you got to get those shoulders turning so you have time to... Webb, good play by Weber. Not quite as tricky of a ball as Dodos just faced, but Weber, very controlled, made that play.
Able to get it just before it goes foul, similar to that play Jim made. Jim with a little frustration, throw the bat there. He's going to bring Merciel to the plate. Walked in his last at bat to bring Shane into the game.
Was that a screwball from Weber?
Whatever he said it wasn't supposed to go that way. Swinging a drive. Not able to get this one over the fence, but gets it.
Jesse Capsnow made that play. He pawed that thing down. Those big,
Murphy.
long hands.
The new free agentship, Ryan Murphy. Getting that defensive war up.
Is Caps not in the field right now?
It looks like he is not.
Oh, Jesse Caps.
Oh, he had to catch a plane.
Oh, Jesse's gone.
Jesse is now at the airport. And Greg, take one out of my handbook and do a little clap before he catches the ball.
So I guess Jonathan Wilson pinch hit for Jesse last time up. That's how Wilson got into the lineup.
That's right.
They get Jesse one at bat before he had to go to the
Get him
airport.
that game played. I mean, that's got to make sure you get all 20 games played for all these guys that you want to be playoff eligible.
Yep, that's right. And playing a game involves taking an at-bat or throwing a pitch. Defense is not enough to get you a game played out here. You have to either hit or pitch to get a game. So managers are going to be looking to work their entire teams in. At least I am going to be looking to work my team in. I'm going to be doing a lot of pinch hitting early in the season, making sure all my guys get some reps, really mixing up the at-bats as much as I can, and seeing what we got and finding that best lineup for when the pressure's on late in the season.
And the pressure's going to be on pretty early in the season. I was feeling it a little bit on Tuesday night.
I don't doubt that, but the real pressure of winning a championship or losing your spot in this league is where that real pressure begins. Those play-down games.
That's where things get real interesting, as we saw with Cuba Dave's all-star team.
Cuba Dave almost pulled it off. He really did. One bad pitch to A.J. Petrovsky. Went over that container, threw a pretty decent wind up there, too. A.J. hit that thing really hard, and it just barely snuck over.
And they were able to get Josh Towers.
Yep, and they kept that.
8-year MLB veteran playing in Premier League Wiffle.
Let's just say Andrew Leday of the Cajuns with the number 2 pick was not rooting for the Night Owls to maintain their spot in this league, as that pick would have gone to them if that was the case. We got Dodos back out on the mound, his 4th inning of work. Again, last season, Jim, at the beginning of the season, he was a 1-inning guy. Then he was a 2-inning guy. Then he was a 3-inning guy. And then all of a sudden, by the end of the season, he was throwing complete games. He's really developed.
Yeah, Jim really developed as a pitcher during that last season. When he would play for the Bombers in the spring, he was really just a hitter. And then now he's, arguably the Warbirds ace. I know they often go to Matt Petricus, or Petricus, I believe it's pronounced.
Toughest name in the league to pronounce. I'm going to stick with it.
We've got some tough ones.
Petricus.
Gishwinger.
It just doesn't feel like that's how you say it. Good slider. Dodos with that same get me over slider. That's all you got to do against Jim. Just get up in the count and then look for that slider.
And that slider with the holes lined up at 54 looks hot compared to that palm ball right there.
Yep,
with the holes turning over each other, the ball slows down a lot more, so
it's kind of like you stick your finger
readings
in it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Same idea. The pitches that slow down tend to read a little differently than the pitches that coast. Jim able to stay in front of that one, right back at him. 76 to the backstop.
First out of the inning. Jim, 8 outs to go here. As the
Really finding his groove.
Clinging to this 2-1 lead here. Here's J-Dub, Jonathan Wilson.
Big swing there, way ahead of it. And that one at 54 didn't look quite so fast.
Yeah.
Kind of pulled the string there. The wiffle ball can do some freaky things.
It's reading that speed right out of your hand sometimes. So how fast you move that arm during your pitch is a lot to do with getting this radar gun to not read over 55 miles per hour. You look at a flick of that wrist. That ball went right off of my head.
And right in between us.
Dodos with a nasty pitch, and he is 7 outs away.
Great performance here by Dodos.
We currently have a poll up. That's weekly hit, and Dodos makes about his 6th play of the game there.
That's another similarity between Dodos and Weber. They both seem to get a lot of plays back to themselves when they're pitching.
We got a poll up right now. Everybody take a peek at that poll. Will Taylor Bryner get a hit in his next at-bat? Let's get as many votes in as we can here. I am going to say no. He is not going to get hit. Dodos is locking it down right now.
1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. We'll see what happens. Dodos has been good when he gets ahead in the count, but he has been throwing that get-me-over slider when he falls behind, and if Taylor gets one of those, he's probably going to get a hit.
I don't think if Taylor gets behind, he's going to throw him a get-me-over slider, though. I mean, Donos is a pretty smart guy out there, and he's not going to get burned by Taylor with one arm tonight, I don't think. Maybe Taylor gets a couple more base hits. I can see that. He's clearly a god, as stated here.
Although the vote's coming in for no way. Wins the poll.
I don't know. Oh, the poll is over. No way. 16-12.
Wiffle Nation, no faith in Taylor Bryner.
Yeah, but those 4 people said he's going to get a walk. That makes it 16-16, Tom. 16 say he's going to get on, and 16 say he's not. Here's Petricus. Ball 1.
Even money on Taylor Bryner's next at bat.
Well, that was kind of a hanger. It was a little hot.
And Petricus looking back up, seeing that it's 56. Leaves that one up.
Remember, that strike zone is behind you here, a little different than baseball. You're required as the batter to get out of the way and let that pitch travel through.
Almost gets the bat with ball 4.
If the pitcher thinks that a ball was breaking in and the hitter puts his elbow or his knee or his shoulder into the ball, the pitcher can call a strike.
Sometimes we give him a no pitch if it's a rookie, but you can't block that strike zone.
But the pitcher can call that strike, and the umpire then has the say on whether it's a strike, a no pitch, or it's going to remain as a ball. And we can look at the replay for that. It's very clear on these replays when batters are
with that center field camera, it's usually pretty obvious.
Very much.
Big swing by Maccabee, but just stays in the yard. Flies out.
Well, if you are going to break it now, because Walker can pick up 2 monitors.
You can see that monitor on the left side of the backstop is not there. It's been hit by a bat. That's spinning a lot.
And that's going to roll foul.
Come on.
That one had a little bit of English on it.
We should have to renegotiate.
Let's take a look at that replay. Bounces well in fair territory, but takes a complete right turn.
That just missed. 61, though. That's a double play ball. Weber to second. I don't think there's enough time there.
And Manny misses wide, but they get the out at second. 2 outs. But Weber with a walk this inning, so he's going to have to come right at Jim.
Ooh, this matchup favors Jim Dodos here. Jim's seen Shane a whole bunch of times in the past.
Jim making an interesting fashion statement with the Argyle socks. Takes one. I believe that was right at 55.
55 on the outside pipe.
Not a fun pitch.
Late movement. That's hit hard. Wow, Manny knocked that thing down. Weber says, I got that.
Right at Manny.
Are you okay, Manny?
Rips that one. 88 miles per hour off the bat.
88. Pretty good shot there, Tom. Manny, you see, that was not, he didn't catch that. It caught him.
That's right.
He just reacted, let it go off of him. It hit him square enough that it didn't.
I think if Manny didn't even see it coming, it would have hit him in the chest. So good defensive positioning. Another good one by Shane, pitching to his defense.
Yeah, it's very good chance that ball goes off of his arm and shoots sideways, but it was able to.
You can let guys hit the ball hard as long as it ends up right at somebody every time, and the snappers do a pretty good job of that.
So we're through 4 here. I'm Chad Phillips here, Lightning Manager. We got Tom Gannon here next to me, All-Star Ace on the Vipers championship team. And we're here from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada here on a Thursday night live Premier League Wiffle. Go online and check out PremierLeagueWiffle.com. You can get all the stats, the rules, NFTs, the shop, the standings, everybody's stats as detailed as you would like.
Everything you could possibly want. We've now got a new online merch store. If you want to get your favorite team's gear, you can go right over to the website for that. And also check us out on YouTube, Premier Wiffle on YouTube. If you missed the game on Twitch, you can check the game out. I believe it's 2 days later.
On YouTube?
That's right.
Oh, you can check it back out on Twitch too, though. Just go back to that Twitch app. All the
but the Twitches eventually get deleted.
But not until over a month, though. They're there for quite a while. You can check out all the games from this week. 0-2 pitch here, Briner.
And if you're over on TikTok, come over to twitch.tv/PremierWiffle. You're gonna get a lot better look at the action.
Briner does not look like Briner with one hand, Tom.
And here's the at-bat from the pole. Will he get on base or will he get out? Big swing and a miss, gets jammed up and in. Great place to pitch for the one-handed batter. It's really tough when you can't get extension.
The Cajuns will win 16 games.
16.
16. That's
ripped right up the middle. And Weber, another base hit. I believe that's his 3rd of the game.
They are standard wiffle balls, a wiffle ball that you would see in Walmart that has the yellow bat attached to it and the ball on top of it. 8 holes, standard wiffle ball. Clean right out of the box. No scuffs. That one gets away from Dodos. He's 5 outs away here, tying run on first. Clean double, ties it. Just misses outside. Now Manny is up in the count here. Let's see what Dodos goes to. He does have 1 walk. That's up.
You know, it's funny. Something I'm noticing. A lot of the Warbirds are using this red bat, and a lot of the snappers are using a red bat, and a lot of Warbirds are using a green bat.
Good comeback by Dodos to fill the count as his game is on the line here. They do have Patricus, I'm sure, ready to come in, and Dan Pickering over on the bench also. Just
58.
Hot. Good effort to gas Manny up there. Manny is a guy that will swing at that a lot of times, but after his last at bat, he made an adjustment. Now Dodos is done.
2 on, 1 out. Looks like that may be his first walk.
Oh, is it? Am I incorrect about him already?
I know
walking?
Shane walked Petricus.
Oh, okay. My fault. I apologize,
that was the most
viewers.
recent walk.
That is only Dodos' first walk.
Not until the 5th inning, too. Great control out of Dodos. And is that gonna... Petricus with a lot of range in the outfield.
Excellent.
3-time Gold Glover. He'll get to anything.
Die-hard Atlanta Braves fan. Matt won the Sportsmanship Award for 2021 as the best sport in the PLW. It's probably the most noble award that you can win out here, in my opinion.
And I don't think it was close.
I think it was, Tom. I think that we actually had a good argument that I had to talk Adam off. You being the guy.
I talk a lot. I talk too much smack.
Maybe, but you talk smack in the right spots. You are a genuine sport out on the field. But Matt did edge you out as he had a little bit of a head start on you before you moved out here.
I think he ran away with it, but thanks for being nice.
All right. Thank you, manager. I was like, Tom? No way. No way. That's ridiculous. Tom? Come on. Something to shoot for this season, Tom. Woof, 73. Hardest pitch we've seen from Dodos tonight. But what that does is that changes the timing and what Wilson's seeing. Now he comes back with a changeup.
Don't be surprised to see something at 48. 52.
52 with a lot of movement.
It looks slow,
down.
and Wilson better at hitting the monitors on the backstop than hitting the ball.
I mean, Dodos is pitching out there tonight, man. He is working it. He has become such a player out here in the PLW. Look for Jim Dodos on those MVP ballots at the end of the season. Dodos, Briner. I guess, Tom, we got to throw your name in that MVP because you're a two-way player, and it's going to take a two-way player to win MVP out here, I think.
I think you're right.
Bruce Houston, who's on my team, really disappointed. He's my numbers. Yeah, you were, but you're a one-way player, Bruce, and your numbers were close to a couple guys who were two-way players. So that, immediately takes the nod off of you. But what did Bruce do? All December, all January, just outside his house, pitching. He would show up here twice a week at 10 a.m. and pitch for a half an hour. Our first practice, he just couldn't get off the mound. We couldn't get him off the mound. We literally had to remove him, and believe me, that's not an easy task.
Bruce is a big guy. You probably took 2 or 3 guys to remove him.
Yep. We got Weber back out here for his third inning of work, trying to keep these Warbirds tame so they have a chance to scrap a run across and tie this up. Marcial with the 2-run home run. All the damage for the Warbirds here. Leads it off. Up to 368 viewers.
I believe Sean is 2 for 2 with a walk. Yet to make his first out of the season. Hopefully I give him the announcer's jinx here.
Oh, Marcial. That's 55.
And there it is.
It looked slower, too. It really did, but that was at 55. That
Right.
tells me that Weber's going to struggle a little out here tonight. His best pitches are over 55, it seems.
Tips that one in the zone.
Right on 55 again. Too many consecutive 55s is not necessarily a good thing out here either, as batters get that timing down. There's Marcial going deep again. It's back. It's...
Another opposite field hit for Marcial.
That thing ran out of gas, Tom.
And you got to wonder if his next at bat they're going to just put somebody over there.
Yeah, that was that looked like it might travel over the fence again like the first one, but it kind of spun out.
Third straight hit over that way, so yet to use the other half of the field.
KJ likes to use the other half of the field here. He gets up in the count. Ooh, 2-1. Weber struggling with his control here. That one's a little hot at 57.
Just too fast, and Shane is not happy.
No, that gun is reading him.
Getting squeezed by the umpire.
It's reading him hot tonight. There, he takes something off there. Gets one in. That's probably a good take by KJ. That wasn't the easiest pitch to handle, and it's going to go full. There's, that's KJ's hole right there, that 5-6 hole. He loves it. I almost think you sometimes want to put 3 defenders over there against him and make him go the other way. 2 on for Patricus.
It's going to bring Matt Lana up to the plate with a runner in scoring position. And
the double play duo here for the Snappers infield is not that strong. They do not have that big arm in the infield to turn that double play. The cheap double play is available. Step on third, throw to second, of course. But anything in the middle, going to have a tough time rolling it here.
rolls over again, but keeps that one foul as well. Petricus looking to get an insurance run across.
Punches that. Greg, a little nonchalant there, but he secures it. Infield fly rule in effect? No, not out here. No infield fly rule.
Yeah, there's no runners to fool. But that's only going to be one out here, and that brings Peter Maccabee to the plate.
Now the double play becomes
big-time
tricky because
slugger.
That third to second double play not available here as they do not have a third baseman. So they're not going to be able to go that way. They're going to have to roll this in the traditional way. But Mock has not really hit a lot of ground balls. If Mock hits a ground ball, it's going to be smoked.
Maccabee maybe with the most experience of anyone on the field.
There it is. He sneaks it by Greg at short. Professional hitter Peter Maccabee puts the Warbirds up 3-1.
Yeah, you can't fool a guy that's seen it all, and Peter Maccabee has seen it all.
He has. That's a true statement. He knows more about wiffle ball out here than probably anybody in this league. And
renowned fast pitch hitter. He plays fast pitch and doesn't pitch. So like that tells you how good at hitting he is.
That's hit well by Briner. That's the right side. Scores another run. Pushes Mock over to third base, and the Warbirds are tacking on here. The insurance runs that they needed. 4-1 lead.
And still only one out. That
Yeah.
brings Jim Dodos up to try to help his cause.
So now the double play, okay? If the fielder on second base attempts the double play, the run comes home. But of course, if they turn the double play, with there already being one out, the inning would be over and the run won't score. So the middle infield will have a decision here on whether they want to attempt it and let that runner score, or if they want to eat it and then the runner will hold at third. If the fielder chooses to come home in this spot, then the guy on third would hold and the guy on first would advance to second. That backstop is considered first base.
Jim leaves that one outside.
Look for something hit hard here, Tom. Oh,
Ooh, and that's not hit hard, but thankfully it stays foul. Jim's going to live to see another pitch. Sometimes all you have to do is yell at that ball to stay foul, and it won't turn.
really? Learn something every night up here. That's hit well
Goes
by
the other
Dodo.
way,
Sack
but-
fly in play. Here he comes, and Wilson on his back foot is not going to get it there in time.
Maccabee with the hustle.
Do you see the first sack
All the
fly
way in
of the
there.
spring season? And that puts
Second.
the Warbirds up. We had one already?
Yeah,
Oh, I missed
Mark
it.
Tavano scored on a sack fly
Oh,
against the Vaders.
awesome. Sack-
I actually, as he was coming back to the dugout, I had to tell him to touch home plate because he missed it. But the rule says you have to touch home plate before they get to the backstop, so they still could have thrown it.
Actually, once you've crossed home plate, the rules change. Once you've actually crossed home plate, it's like you touched it, and then it would be treated as an appeal play.
Really?
Yes. It's the same thing at first base in the major leagues. Once you've passed first base, even if you missed it, you're considered to have touched it, and it becomes an appeal play. If a runner jumps over first base and then the fielder goes over and steps on it, it's safe. But then when the fielder steps on it and says, no, he missed it, now it's an out once you've verbalized the appeal or made it clear that that is what you are doing.
I see.
It's caused
good to know.
some really funky plays over the years because don't forget, you pass first base, then you naturally come back to it.
Yeah.
So once you naturally come back to it, you've now legalized yourself. So that appeal actually has to be done in a quick manner. As you see, Weber, very frustrated with himself,
Slams the backstop at 67.
gets the third out.
Normally the guy that kind of just tosses it into the backstop, but clearly not happy with that inning.
Well, that's tough start for the Snappers here. Chasing 4, bottom of the 6th.
Someone that is happy with that inning is Jim Dodos. Finally has a little bit of room to breathe here, pitching with a 1-run lead almost the whole game.
Is that Dave Seifert out there handing him balls? I
It
think?
is.
All right.
Seifert picked up on waivers by the Warbirds.
No, trade. There was a trade.
Oh, really?
During the draft, Dave Seifert was traded from the Night Owls to the Warbirds so Nick could draft Tucker, maybe? Whoever Nick took 21st.
Was this like a cash considerations, or did the Night Owls actually get something?
It was cash considerations. I believe it was $10, Tom.
$10.
$10. They weren't going to make the pick.
Hey, there's a lot of guys that aren't worth $10.
The Warbirds need. Dave Seifert's their 4th or 5th pitcher out here tonight. You just never know when, it's going to hit the fan, and you're going to need that. A lot of times last season we pounded through pitchers out here, and once you get down to a team's 4th or 5th pitcher, that's when batting practice starts, and you really see
And
the
Dave
scoreboard light
Seifert,
up.
Dave Seifert, one of those guys that's going to show up. He, when you need a guy, he'll be there.
Tom Gannon.
That's what the Night Owls really needed last season.
Somebody wanted Bruce Houston from me, and I told them $2,500. And then I started thinking, would I even take $2,500 for Bruce? Do I need $2,500 more than I need Bruce? No, I need Bruce.
Bruce is a heck of a player.
Sure is. We got Dodos back out in the hill here. Bottom 6. Looking for 3 outs. Snappers need base runners. Any way they can get them. One more walk for Jim would force him off the mound.
And here you see Murphy putting some good swings on it early. And you got to wonder if some of these snappers might have brought a wiffle ball out and tried to get him practicing. I know Castaneda and Wilson play a lot of softball, so maybe they started breaking out the wiffle ball as he flies out to the deepest part of the ballpark. Petrick is out there in center field to make the play.
GK.
Taylor up now. We see one out as Petricus catches a fly ball out by that pocket radar sign. That brings up Taylor Bryner.
Flies that. And Buck Burner.
They're just doing stuff down below.
How much is Tom Gannon worth? $5, $25,
Negative dollars.
All
Damn.
of the dollars. Whoa, all of the dollars taken down that ball. It's only
2
4
votes for negative dollars. Those are people I know.
That's hit well.
I
There's a
hope.
base runner. They need that. Keeping that off the wall. I think that's just a single. No, it got to the wall. It's hard to tell from here in the shadows out there. It's a double for Weber. They need 2 more base runners, though, to get that tying run to the plate.
Looks like we're having some issues down in the control room.
That's hit well. There's 2 base runners, and that gets through the outfielder. It's a
Snappers
dirty
are-
double.
Snappers are really starting to claw their way back.
1 more base runner, Tom, before we can start talking. 1 more base runner they need. Gotta get that tying run to the dish to have a chance.
Still only 1 out. And a runner in scoring position.
That's Merciel. First chance for a throw this season. Makes it. Bullet. Oh, that was 3 outs.
And they are able to get the win. Warbirds with a big revenge game over the Snappers, who knocked them out in the last season's playoffs.
So that's a 5-2 final here live from Hideaway Field. Warbirds take game 1. Let's sign off here for a minute.
Thank
We're
you
back for game
everyone
2.
for watching. And Logan, let's see that bump.
Was pretty good, I think. Welcome back. Game 2, Warbirds, Snappers. Chad Phillips here. Tom Gannon here. Tom is going to take over the play-by-play duties here for game 2. I'm going to move back to the
You said
analyst
duties, Chad.
Duties. We've got Jonathan Wilson on the hill here for the Snappers. Warbirds, who's throwing out there? Dan Pickering.
All right,
will
I'm
be on
actually
the
going to go
mound.
fix that center field camera. I'll be right back. You keep the viewers company, Chad.
I will keep the viewers company. Jonathan Wilson features several different speeded slider / curveballs, some slurves, mixes it up well. He's got an overhand drop that he throws. And Dan Pickering throws the Piccolo, also named from Trench. He's a tricky little guy to face, Dan Pickering. He's different than everybody else in this league. He's very methodical out there and very smart player. He's a great poker player. He's in the other players' heads, he likes to think. And look for Dan Pickering here, making his debut. I like the Warbirds in this game again. I think this Snappers lineup tonight is a little weaker, missing a couple of their players. Warbirds came ready. Maccabee in town. You know, when Maccabee's in town, the Warbirds are a tough out. Warbirds in the playoffs last season. My Lightning had to play them in the wild card series, and they defeated us. I believe it was 4-2 and 6-3 or something to that nature. They were very strong that night. Played great defense and great pitching. Very patient at the plate. Let's see if they can continue that. That's the most important attribute in this league is plate discipline, patient approach. Don't help these pitchers out. If you can get the good pitchers to walk out, and then you get to face some very hittable pitchers. We're about 2 minutes here. Get your bets in.
You know, something the Snappers have told me that they've done is they've kind of, at least during the regular season, they try to swing and keep those good pitchers in the game so they get to see the best pitching the whole season. But I don't know. I'm not sure what I think of that strategy. I understand the concept because they think they're going to make the playoffs no matter what. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't love it either. These Snappers have, they have had some leeway. They have been the best team out here by a good margin in half of their games since they entered this league. They're in a spot where they can play around a little bit and see what they got because they know they always have Taylor that can come in and shut it down, and they seem to always find a way to score 4 or 5 or 6 runs. So they're a little lenient. They've definitely worked their guys more than some other teams. You saw Alex with the Bombers on Monday night go basically with a six guy all night long, and keep the best out there. I like that strategy also. That's kind of, your Vipers won a championship with that exact philosophy.
Yeah, we only had 6 guys on the roster.
Yeah. If you don't water down the team at all and you just keep your best out there all the time, there's a good chance you're going to get a lot of dubs. Speaking of dub,
And you build that chemistry.
speaking of dub,
J-Dub
J-Dub.
getting the start for the Snappers.
This is a big game here for the Snappers. They don't want to go down 2-0. Last season, I believe they lost one series, and in the summer, I believe they lost one series. They were 59-22 in those 2 seasons, and in series, they were probably 25-2 at winning a series last season.
It looks like we are ready to be underway here. Wilson with the first pitch. Maccabee takes that for ball 1, 57, just over that 55-mile-per-hour speed limit here in PLW. .56, and Wilson just unable to get it under that 55-mile-an-hour barrier.
Visibly frustrated here. Only 2 pitches into the game. He better settle down.
Feels like he's getting squeezed by that umpire.
He might be.
Misses high for that one.
Money coming in, get those bets in. So far, 2-1 on the Warbirds.
Wilson not going to want to walk the first batter of the game. Expect him to throw a strike here. But he misses low, and Mock is going to work a walk. Sends him right down to first base.
Well, Delahunty, the Snappers were favorites coming into the night, and now the Warbirds have shown up. They look good. Making the Warbirds a favorite of 1.5 seems like a mistake. I think that a pick'em is where this game has to be. -0.5 no longer comes into play because there are no ties, so a pick'em and -0.5 is the exact same line. And I think pick'em is about right. It does look like the Warbirds have the money pouring in here. 6 balls to start the game. Look for Buck to look for an exact pitch here that he can handle and drive.
And Wilson just kind of...
Oh, the Snappers weren't a favorite tonight? I talked to Kyle before the games, and I think he told me the Snappers would be 1.5 to start, so I never actually looked. My fault.
Buck gets a piece of him, but doesn't seem like that was coming back across. And Wilson taking a lap, trying to collect his thoughts here. Briner takes that strike.
The Warbirds being favored tonight, Adam, says a lot because this Snappers team has just been a powerhouse since we started. So for the Warbirds to come into this opener as the favorite, it's pretty impressive. I know the Snappers are a little shorthanded.
Buck flies that one to left, but Murphy, the new free agent pickup, is under it for out number 1. That's going to bring Jim Dodos up to the plate. Dodos with a fantastic performance, holding the Snappers to 1 run last game.
2
runs, that's right. They tacked that last one on in the final inning. Good thing they got that insurance. As Dodos takes a big swing and a miss there at a pitch in the dirt.
Yeah, those 3 insurance runs they tacked on the top of the 6th were the difference in that game. Always want to be looking to tack on runs late here. 300 viewers, welcome, PLW.
Same pitch, misses low. Dodo's able to lay off that time.
So remember how the wiffle ball points work. If you were to bet the Snappers right now, you would get about plus 270 on your points. And if you bet the Warbirds, you're laying minus 270 on your points.
And Dodos rips one into the right center field gap off the wall. That's going to score Maccabee from first. And Dodos is excited. The Warbirds have got their lineups moving, getting hits.
Yeah, when you got Patricus batting 6th, man, what a good lineup. And Dodos puts the Warbirds on top early. 1-0. A single makes it 2-0 here. Merciel's got 3 of those to the 2 singles and a bomb.
And I believe Merciel's still yet to make an out this season. I'm trying to jinx him. Chin music from Wilson, and both benches have been warned.
65 miles per hour or more to the head will be a walk for the pitcher.
Flies that one to second base. Santianes under it. And that's going to be out number 2. KJ LaCroix coming up to bat for the Warbirds with a runner in scoring position.
Lacroix.
Larquax. Nasty slider from Wilson off the bar at 52 miles per hour. KJ doesn't know what he just saw.
I do like KJ in this matchup against Wilson here, though.
KJ likes the ball up and in, and Wilson's ball starts up and in. Able to extend. Great catch by Brandon Gregg. Looks like he got a finger in the hole there. And that's going to be out number 3. Saves a run there.
Warbirds find a run in the top of the first. They're going to lead 1-0. They're going to send Dan Pickering out to the mound here for game number 2. Pickering, a pitcher only. He is a switch hitter at the plate. I don't even think he knows if he's a righty or a lefty. He's trying to figure it out, but he hasn't had to bat many times. He will be featured on the mound when Chris can get him in there. Chris Warfield, manager of this Warbirds team.
Pickering, another pitcher that's a lot like Shane Weber, throws that kind of slider a lot, but he's able to have good command of the zone. He's able to pick corners. And even though it seems like he's throwing the same pitch over and over, he finds ways to throw it differently.
Chris has been one of the managers who has kind of stepped away from the field just a little bit, and he's moved more into that manager's role now. He's developed a lot of talent on this Warbirds team, so he doesn't have to go out there himself too often anymore. It looks like that's kind of where I'm headed as well.
Yeah, Warfield also wearing that black jersey instead of the red, kind of indicating he's not planning on playing at all tonight.
Yeah, I do like that. He's doing a good job with this team. I think he's going to be a definite runner for Manager of the Year here this season. He's coming into his own, understanding this league, understanding the nuances and the small strategies that require to be good.
Warfield also one of those managers not afraid to make a move, likes to try to get different draft picks, different trades going on, and
when
that's found him with this team that he's got here, and it's guys that he wants.
And when he offers you $100 for your best player and you say no, he's befuddled on how you could not give him your best player for $100. So Chris is... he's hardcore out here, and he's looking to get the best team he can on the field at all times.
And the team they've got tonight is pretty damn good.
That's Patricus over at third base here now this game. They mixed the defense up a little bit. They got Patricus, Merciel, and Buck on the infield. 2 rookies in the outfield, I think. Or is that Mock in center? That's Mock in center, okay. Mock in center and...
Looks like Dodos in the outfield.
Okay,
Fly ball left field. Petricus is under it. And that... A couple seasons ago, that would have been off the tree, but...
So that's Perez in left and Dodos in center?
Yes.
Okay. Good play by Patricus.
Here's Manny Santianes. Pickering misses outside with that one. Ball 1. Misses inside for ball 2. Manny with a good approach at the plate here. Usually not afraid to swing. But he works a 3-0 count. Doesn't find a pitch he likes yet. Expect Pickering to get one over here.
Expect Manny to swing.
And 4 straight. Santianes is on first with a walk. That's going to bring up Brandon Gregg.
Both pitchers notched that early first inning walk, and we'll be on the ropes here for the remainder.
Ground ball.
Wow.
And that's going to get all the way to the wall for a double. Not sure if Merciel got a hand on that or not. Let's see if Manny comes around to score. Looks like...
No, that didn't touch Merciel. And if you can get one by Merciel, you can get one by anybody here in the PLW because he has the best range in this league at shortstop. Sorry, Couts. It's Merciel.
He's quick and he's low to the ground.
Yeah, he absolutely is.
He's going to bring up the one-handed Taylor Bryner.
His instinct out there is second to nobody either. 23, 24 years old, and just amazing reaction time. Ability to extend his body.
And see you later. Oh, but the catch from James Perez reaches over the wall and robs Briner of a home run. What a play. I thought that was way out of here. Wow. The ball unable to quite fly out. And pops that one to Merciel. He makes the catch. And that's going to be out number 3. But James Perez robbing a home run. What an incredible catch. Wow. I can't believe he made that catch. I thought that ball was 15 feet over the fence, but he chases it down and reaches way back to bring it back into the yard. And Wilson going to be back out there for the second inning.
What a catch out there by rookie James Perez, Tom. Holy cow. That was I thought that was gone for sure.
I was already calling the home run.
Yeah,
I think
saw,
Taylor might have flipped his bat.
He might have. That was a great catch by a young man out there making his first start out here in the PLW. Congratulations, James Perez. Keeping
No one happier
here.
than Chris Warfield picking him at the number 4 spot.
That was his guy. He got him.
Great pick.
Wilson back out for the second inning here. Teams exchange runs in the first on doubles, and we got a 1-1 game. Here's James Perez. Let's see if he can do something
And
with the
now
stick.
leading off the inning. Couldn't write it any better. Wilson gets that big curveball over for the first strike.
Oh, he's not going to see a better pitch than that this at bat. That was the one to swing at.
Yep. But that's probably his first time seeing that pitch out of Wilson, so really tough to pull the trigger. And he sees it again, this time starting down the middle and going outside for the strikeout.
Wilson, Osgood, Trench, all kind of the same type of makeup. Trying to slow you down and slow you down more and slow you down so much that you just can't help but get out in front.
He's got that big curveball. He, Osgood, and Jason Walker, probably the 3 best with it. But Maccabee, no stranger to crazy moving pitches.
Yeah, he's not going to be out in front, I'm going to say.
Maccabee often plays wiffle ball where they can scuff the ball up, and it does even crazier things, if you can believe that. Fouls that one straight up. It's going to land foul. 1-2 count to Maccabee.
Catcher's range is 0.0.
Swinging a ground ball to second. Santianes lets it go through his legs, and that's going to be a reached on error for Maccabee. But it gets on base, and the Warbirds going to try to capitalize on that mistake.
I love when Kyle Lohman and Matt Patricus are on that iPad down there, man. I just love it. They both are really, really good official scorers, and it keeps the work that I have to do at home a lot lower.
Ground ball shortstop. Brandon Gregg flips to second for 1. Santianes gets it in time for the double play, able to make up for the error, immediately gets another chance there with the double play throw. Hits the center panel of the backstop in 4.6 seconds.
One of the better double plays I have seen Manny Santianes turn down here in the PLW. He is starting to get more comfortable throwing the wiffle ball. That is the most
Good,
difficult
strong
thing.
throw.
Controlling the wiffle ball. When I get new players and they want to pitch, no, go play shortstop first. Go play third base. I want to see you command that ball to the backstop on just simple throws. Forget throwing sliders and screwballs and drops. I just want to see you throw something that you have command of that does not lose speed. Because if you're a pitcher, that gun is reading it right out of your hand. So if you're releasing it at 60 out of your hand, but ain't able to maintain the ball's speed, not only is it reading hot, it's extremely hittable for the batter. If you look at it the other way, somebody like Tom here, he's releasing it at 51, 52 out of his hand, and it's picking up speed as it goes. So not only is he getting a low read on the radar, he's also getting a much more difficult pitch to handle. So you really got to learn how to command the ball. Keep it in your fingertips, have the holes lined up right.
And that brings Greg Kelly to the plate to lead off the bottom of the second inning.
His first at-bat of the season. He's been working harder than anybody out here, Tom.
Not only on wiffle ball, but on the production and the control room, and everything you see here is really a product of Greg Kelly. Without Greg, we'd still be have a beer pong table and a
Yeah.
bunch of headphones and a video game microphone. And that's going to stay fair, I think. Maccabee unable to make the throw in time. Greg
You
also
see,
reaches on
even
there.
a veteran, top-notch wiffler like Maccabee makes a little bobble, panics, picks it up, and then doesn't get the holes lined up. That was a weak throw from Mock. You're not going to see many of those. Double play in order.
Expect to see an adjustment next time a ball goes his way. Fly ball left field. Is that ball going to go over? Yes, it is. Big home run from Shane Weber, and he's going to chase Greg Kelly around the bases. First of the season for Weber. Hits it over the palm trees, way in the air. A no-doubter, but I with Perez out there, I thought there was a chance he might just reach over and take it back.
No. That was smashed, Tom. That was 35 feet over the wall, over the palms. Shane Weber doing what Shane Weber does.
That's going to bring Manny Santianes up. Pickering misses outside for ball 1.
That error really stands up here now.
Fouls that one back. Misses low. 2-2 count here.
You see Cheers Emily, another one of our sponsors in the chat.
Ground ball to shortstop. Fielded by Merciel. Throw on to the backstop in time. That's going to be out number 1.
Emily is Shane's wife, owns Cheers Beauty. Check that out for all of your hair removal needs.
1 out for Brandon Gregg.
I heard Greg has been hammering the ball in BP, Tom. He's really developing as a hitter here. That's why they got him up in the 3-hole tonight.
Yeah, but Wilson hammers the ball in BP too, and we don't see him do much in games.
I hate to...
See, this is why I didn't win the sportsmanship award.
Wilson said he's going to hit 3-something or something. I don't know. Maybe he will. He's got his work cut out for him.
Nasty 55 on the bar from Pickering. He's got a 2-2 count now.
Wears that fisherman's hat. I'm the only person in the league that wears that Warbirds fisherman hat. You got to love it.
95 on the radar. It seems to be a misread.
It's probably got to be no pitch.
Hang on, I'll show you.
Oh, he's got it.
Looks
So they're going to look at the pocket radar to see the
we'll
readout.
see if it did pick the pitch up, but the thing is, it picks up the fastest reading. So if that 95 came at the same time, they might not have gotten the pitch.
You're right. Anybody can hit BP, but when he wasn't hitting any home runs in BP, and then all of a sudden he started hitting home runs in BP, you can see the growth. No, that's right. It only read 95.
Right behind 95 is 55.
Yeah, but 55 might have been the pitch before that. Are there 2 55s?
No, 55 was the pitch before it.
Are there 2 55s? All right. And you see, that's going to be a no pitch. We didn't have a
Look
reading
at
on
this.
the pocket
You guys
radar.
can check this out right now. Yep, the 56, then the 55.
So the rule we've got here is that if the pocket radar does not pick up a speed, as we're still looking at the pocket radar screen here.
Anything clearly under 50 is a strike. Anything clearly over 60 is a ball. Anything else is a no
It
pitch.
looks like we're trying to get back to live game on the camera switcher down there. Looks like we're ready to go here. Pickering. Ready to set to deliver. Swing and a drive. Is that one going to make it out? Yes, it is. Brandon Gregg with another home run for the Snappers. And it looks like Gregg is able to translate that BP swing into the game.
Cuba Arkin, I can't read that name up there. You see what I say there? You see what I say about Brandon Gregg? A little power there?
Big
Different.
swing.
Yeah, big swing.
And that's
Much different player he's going to be this
He's going
season.
to chase Pickering from the game. They're going to put in Peter Maccabee coming in relief for the Warbirds.
I did say before this matchup started tonight that the Snappers was not the best matchup for Dan Pickering. I think that they see him well, and they did some damage to him last season as well with
I think he
barrage
throws.
of homers.
I think he throws a lot like Weber, and they see Weber all the time in practice.
They
so.
see Weber. Weber has thrown more pitches than anyone in the PLW. And when they're taking BP out here, he's just out there throwing 200 pitches at a time to his whole team, and
in the dark,
in the dark, in the dark, in the cold, with big jackets on.
uphill both ways.
Yep, whatever it is, they're working hard, and the Snappers looking to even this series up with a 4-1 lead here in the second.
Peter Maccabee joined Sean Merciel and myself at the recent MLW tournament down in Mesa, Arizona. We were obviously knocked out of the tournament by Randy's team.
Obviously.
But boy, did Mock look good with those scuff balls and the wind. So let's see what he can do here in PLW without much wind and without scuffing the ball. And he gets Briner to swing and miss, way ahead in the count now.
Love Shane. Love Shane Weber. Great addition to this league.
One of the guys that really keeps this train running.
Absolutely. Great umpire out here for us.
Had him last night down doing graphics, running the scoreboard with me.
Awesome.
Briner able to check his swing there, tempting those pitches he can really extend on. See if Maccabee can jam him here.
He jammed it right in his back.
Definitely pitched inside on that one. Changing the eye levels. Maccabee dips down, and so does Taylor, but right at James Perez. Been busy out there in left field. And I think that's out number 2.
Out number 2 is...
Maybe it's only out number 1.
That's the 2. Pickering got 1 out.
And Wilson waves and misses at that. Just kind of proving my point.
Yep.
Maccabee with a big over the top, hits the bar at 51 miles per hour, and Wilson.
I think Brandon Gregg will hold a higher
distraught.
average than Wilson this season. I'm pretty sure. I
I
do
wouldn't
think
be
Gregg looks
surprised,
pretty
yeah.
good up at the plate now.
Yeah, I would not be surprised by that. I don't think anyone would take that bet.
Wilson's flinging too open. He's got to stay in there a little longer.
Wow, that was a nasty pitch by Maccabee.
Yep.
Just gets Wilson to give up on it and then sneaks it into that top bar. Nasty.
299 viewers here live from Hideaway Field. Warbirds won game 1, 5-2, and now the Snappers answering back here with a 4-1 lead after 2 innings in game 2. 2 mercy rules in this league: 10 runs after 3 complete innings, or 15 runs anytime. Even if you score 15 runs in the top of the first inning, the game is over. It did happen a couple of times back.
The Snappers, I think, are the only team to do it. All in the top of the first inning.
No, in the Ones Legends, the Ones had a 9-0 lead, and the Legends put a 15 spot up in season 1. I believe that was the one of the openers. I think that was the first or second series the Ones and Legends ever played.
I believe that was the first season of the year.
The Legends were so mad at that
the Tomahawks.
rule.
That's right. They were called the Tomahawks at that point.
When we introduced that rule, the Tomahawks were befuddled that we could put a rule like that into play. They're all softball players. They're like, hey, we had a 32-31 game last night. How are you going to make that rule? But now they've learned.
All football scores in softball. I think that's why a lot of people like wiffle ball a little bit more.
Yeah, 15 runs is a pile out
or a
here,
lot more.
and I don't want to see any teams score more than that, so 15 is a pretty good number to end at. If you can get there, you win. If you're letting a team get there, you need to get a better team. And here's Wilson, back on the mound, top 3, working with the lead for the first time.
Oh, wow, look at that. And it looks like someone just redeemed a signed ball by me, of all people. I'm going to have to find a Sharpie.
We can authenticate that on the air if you'd like at the end of the night.
At 304 cards, I'm flattered, but weird pick. You could have got anybody. Foul tipped by Jim right into the backstop. Jim Dodos. Trying to make something happen here. Swings and fouls that one.
We've picked up 115 new followers in the last hour. Keep them coming. If you're over watching on TikTok, get that Twitch app on your phone. Search Premier Wiffle. You will see the live broadcast right there. 2-2 pitch to Dodos.
Swinging a drive that got out of here in a hurry. Jim Dodos with an 89 mile per hour exit velocity hits the palm trees on the way up.
Are you kidding me, Tom? That ball was smashed. I couldn't even follow its flight. I lost it. I had no idea that ball was still rising. Jim Dodos, his first of the
blink,
season.
folks. Oh my goodness. That ball got out of here in a hurry. Maybe one of the fastest home runs we've had.
I believe it was, and that went right through the Garden of Serenity.
That hit the palm tree and bounced back to the infield, I think.
Oh,
jeez.
Wow. So Jim Dodos, what a player.
That's a grown man swing right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
To bring Merciel up to the plate. Has Merciel got out yet?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
First inning of this game.
I finally jinxed him. Checks his swing there.
It's a good take.
52. Jim the Hulk Dodos is right. Especially because he also gets angry sometimes. And you won't like him when he's angry. Wilson misses outside with that big curveball.
Already has a walk. Both pitchers. No, Pickering has been removed. So just... That's going to do it for Wilson here. Charge him 3 innings.
Walk number 2, unable to make an out in the 3rd inning.
It's going to be Brandon Gregg. But like I said earlier in the night, they want to see him more than once here. He did walk out in the first game, and now they get a chance to get him back out there.
Let's see if he actually does end up getting that 6 walk maximum here.
He's not the biggest dog to get it. It looks like they're going to give him the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, we'll see what happens if he gets to 9 innings or 6 walks first.
But again, it's not the worst thing in the world for Brandon Gregg to walk out. He's got a couple of very accomplished pitchers behind him. Walking out is a better decision than throwing Jim Dodos a cookie down the middle. You got to keep working, and
especially with a good rotation. Wilson's walked out, but they've still got Briner and Weber on the shelf waiting.
I've told all of my pitchers, there's no selfish acts this season. You trust the next man behind you. You do not sacrifice the game so you can stay on the mound. You come after it with your best. If it's not good enough, we go to the next man.
That's right. That's one of the beautiful things about that 2-walk rule. You have to make tough decisions sometimes.
You do. You have to make decisions personally on the mound as a pitcher, and you have to make decisions as a manager on how you want to approach some of the situations. Some of the hitters in this league are so good that you can't. I mean, several times we tried to get Taylor Bryner out. Oh, just don't throw him a strike. And he hits a ball 2 feet over his head.
Purple Viking, I think the 3 first-round picks for the 3 seasons was Manny Santianes Jr. for the spring season, Justin Hicks.
No, I was the first-round pick.
Oh, that's right. Manny was the number 1 pick in the winter season.
Yeah. And then, so it was, you had it. Manny, me.
And then I believe it was Justin Hicks and then 8-year MLB veteran Josh Towers.
That's right.
I believe it was Hicks last year, though. That might have been the question.
Whoa, Adam Tanek fall on his keyboard there? Oh, no, I think he's coming after you.
Uh-oh. Was it something I said?
Clearly, it wasn't something you thought. James Perez with a big swing and miss. We got the 1 on and a 1 out. Rookie James Perez made a fantastic home run rob of Taylor Bryner earlier in this game.
Misses low, 62.
2-2. 2-2, guys. That's going to fill the count up.
Ooh. I messed that up. I didn't realize that was a trivia question. I thought that was just a question from the chat. Whoops.
Oh, I didn't know either.
I can make it up coming up with another trivia question.
Dragon Lady. Looks like a 10-pack she just gifted. No, 25 subs.
Ground
Thank
ball.
you, Dragon Lady.
Flip to second for 1. Manny on to first. Misses wide there, but they get the out at second.
That's good. You started a tiny bit later than you also stopped. It's perfect. You're right on board. It's just so hard to see. It is tricky. This is a tricky one to run.
It's going to bring Peter Maccabee back to the plate. Facing Brandon Gregg. Saw him in game 1. Misses low and hot there at 59. Maccabee representing the tying run.
Yeah, Dragon Lady, thank you for your patronage to this league, helping us out so much. We all love you here very much.
Dragon
Especially
Lady,
Trench.
the #1 fan. Line drive up the middle, and Maccabee, just a machine.
He just does what Maccabee does. He's always on time up at the dish. You can't get him out in front. You can't beat him. He just finds a way to put his bat on the ball at the right time, and good things happen.
I mean, if he can hit guys doctoring the ball, throwing 95, it's hard to imagine he can't hit this 55 stuff, but sometimes he still gets fooled. I mean, no one's immune to a nasty pitch. Buck Briner now at the plate. Takes that one at 56, just 1 mile per hour above the speed limit. And
all you guys on TikTok out there, get over to Twitch. We got somebody gifting out subs right now. Come on over to Twitch, and there's a good chance somebody gifts you a sub.
Briner takes that one now at 53.
TikTok, you're looking at one still frame, low resolution cell phone camera. And come on over to Twitch. We got 4 cameras, close-ups, announcers, replays.
Buck Briner takes that one at 57. Brandon Gregg's still above that 55. .52 right on the bar. Brandon Gregg, and he's excited after that one. Nasty pitch to get out of the inning there. Gets Buck Briner with a screwball, 12-6, whatever you want to call that.
Holds the Warbirds to just 1 run there. They nibble back into this game, down 4-2. We go.
And that was really, he got out of that inning on pretty much the same pitch Maccabee threw to Wilson.
Hideaway Field here, Thursday night live action. Warbirds Snappers, welcome PLW Nation. I'm Chad Phillips. I got Tom Gannon here with me in the booth tonight.
What's up, guys? PLW Nation, how are you doing?
We got a great series here. It looks like a rubber match is almost imminent here. The Snappers, not an easy team to. I don't think they've ever been swept. I do not believe the Snappers team has been swept at any point in 3 seasons. I am going to stand by what I said earlier, and they were 25-2 in series last year. It might be 24-3, but I believe that they have only lost 2 series in the last 2 seasons. Just an absolute perennial powerhouse here in this league. They're challenged this season, though, with Taylor Bryner with only 1 arm, the 3-time MVP winner.
And here's Greg Kelly leading it off. Greg was here all winter, and he got a lot of reps in. Swings at that low. I think Maccabee wanted that to be a riser, but the ball just didn't jump. Nasty pitch from Mock at 52, and Mock looks a lot sharper than he did last year. I think he might have been practicing a little bit with that unscuffed ball.
That ball was whistling. You could hear a different kind of sound as it was traveling toward the
Maccabee,
plate.
just one of those pitchers. He throws it different than everybody else. It's hard to describe.
That's the best quality that a new pitcher can come out here in the PLW, is find something that other people aren't doing. As we already alluded to, is that Weber looks like, Weber's a great version, and if you follow Weber's makeup, you're just not going to be as good as Weber. You got to come up with something yourself. Like Dodos is throwing a palm ball, and Stevenson's throwing a foolish screwball. Tom's got a couple of just funky pitches, that submarine screwball that nobody's throwing, so when he breaks it out, it's tough to hit.
Ground ball. Yeah, the only other pitcher that really throws that is Couts, and he's a righty, so it's not really the same pitch.
Yeah, you're right. My team is very, very different with Purdy and Devlin and myself. We have 3 different makeups.
Maccabee has this funny way of throwing those same pitches he throws with a scuff ball with this regular unscuffed ball. Not something I can do as he gets the grounder to third. KJ on to first in time for the out. That's going to bring Manny Santianes Jr. up.
KJ, a very solid third baseman in this league. Merciel at short. Just a fantastic player.
Line drive right at the rookie. James Perez makes another play.
Looks great in the outfield tonight,
He's
Tom.
got sure hands out there. I mean, I think they've got that left field spot locked up. That allows Jim Dodos to kind of play center and use some of his range, and Petricus to stay in the infield, where I think he's, such a great defender.
Petricus wants to play outfield. When Dodos pitches, that's when they have a problem out in left, and Petricus has had to go out there. But If they found James Therese to be a reliable outfielder, that does allow Patricus to kind of roam around a little more and cover some more ground. You definitely want Patricus in the openest part of the field. If you want to gear your defense to one side, you want Patricus on that open side, as he's got that quick first step, and
He just seems to get to everything.
yeah, he does. He's very speedy. He has ridiculous instinct. His routes that he chooses to take toward the ball are optimal, and
He's got that good, strong throw, straight throw, too. He's one of the few fielders that can really just throw a ball straight to the backstop whenever he wants.
I am going to guess that he will be pitching Game 3. It's going to be probably a Briner-Patricus war in Game 3 for that rubber match. We'll see if the Snappers do start Taylor Bryner again. Taylor's won hardware every year. MVP is not happening for Taylor this season. It's just not happening. He's not beating some of the studs we have in this league with one arm. He's just not doing it. So what does that mean? That means he's going to go after that Cy Young. So I expect Taylor to maybe get into this game shortly with his 4-2 lead and then start Game 3. Here's Greg back out there.
Misses outside for ball 1, also at 56, even if that had caught the bar. Still too hot. Dodo's looking for something he can drive. This is that low and hot again.
Do we got a trivia question up there right now, Tom? I can't tell.
I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to accidentally give away the answer.
Well, don't give the answer away then. What's the question?
58 again from Greg. Still over that speed limit.
All his best pitches are in the upper 50s, and he's going to have to find a way to slow that arm speed down just a touch. With the Snappers losing Game 1, I don't see them letting Greg go very long here. I think another base runner might draw Taylor into this game right away.
Greg already with the 1 walk. You got to wonder how long he's going to keep himself in there.
We play 6-inning games here at Hideaway Field. 6 batters, 6 fielders.
And there's Dragon Lady again, passing subscriptions out like it's candy on Halloween.
Once again, TikTok, get over to Twitch right now. Stop watching this on TikTok. Once you've seen it on TikTok, get that Twitch app on your phone. Premier League WIFFLE, Premier WIFFLE.
58. Greg just unable to get it under that 55 mile per hour limit. Merciel tops it. Is that going to go fair? No.
And if you come over from TikTok to Twitch right now, there is a good chance you will be gifted a subscription. So head on over to Twitch. 56.
Another one just over the speed limit for Greg, and he is distraught. I think he's got to really shoot for that 51, 52 range.
Yeah, then his pitch isn't as effective, though, Tom. It's a tough balance.
That's true, but he gets the 52 right there.
He did.
Gets it over the plate.
Did. Merciel was a little late on that.
Fouls it off.
Spoiled it late.
Let's see if he can lock it in here.
Merciel, some of the best hands in this league. Oh, uncompetitive pitch there, and we go full.
Full count. And Greg is going to have to get one over the plate if he wants to stay in this game.
If I'm Merciel, I'm looking to keep Greg in this game as well, and I'm looking to put something in play here if I can. You take the walk if you have to.
Ground ball right back to him. Flips to second for 1. Santianes on to first. And that's going to hit the middle. Looks like it's in time. 4-7-7. And they turn another double play.
We still play 3 outs at this level.
A couple of the snappers got excited, thought they got themselves out of it there, but only 2 outs.
Well, you get 2 outs on the same play, the inning must be over, no? That's not how it works? Oh.
KJ LaCroix looking to get something started here after the double play.
Remember, to turn that double play, it is the middle part of the backstop. Inside those 2 pipes you see the ball has to hit, or the strike zone would also be good.
Big swing from LaCroix, but unable to get a piece of it.
On a regular ground ball, the infielders have that entire backstop to aim for. That backstop does play as first base.
Bounces that one in at 56. Here we go, 2-2, 2 outs, 4-2, top of the 4th. Fly ball left field.
That's really high, Tom.
Wilson's under it, and ooh, a little bit of an adventure out there, but he's able to make the catch. Those good hands he's got from playing snapper ball over in the pool.
Much trickier to catch those high pop-ups here than on the baseball diamond. You have that big glove on the diamond, and the ball just falls into it for you. But here you got to keep some due diligence on that ball and not take your eyes off of it. Keep your hands up above your head. So
Make sure you use 2 hands.
Yep. If you do bobble it a little and your hands are low, you're going to have no chance to recover. But if your hands are up high and you bobble it, you got a second chance to maybe dive in and catch it.
Yeah, the ball's light, and once it bounces off you, it's going to bounce up. You're going to have another chance.
Another incredible play you made on Tuesday night. That ball had you beat. You just jumped up and batted it to yourself. You didn't even have your body going in the right direction, and you found a way to get that 6-foot frame low on the ground, and you got your hand under it.
Yeah, go check it out. It's posted on Twitter and Facebook if you want to take a look at that clip. I doctored up today to give you a little slow motion and whatnot. But yeah, I think that might have been one of the best plays I've ever made.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And here we got Mock.
Although I should have
back
just
out.
caught the first effort. I really should have just caught it.
The ball kind of
and
beat
nasty.
you. It was hit hard.
Nasty from Maccabee. Picking up right where he left off. Another big breaker from Mock, and that one devastating. Unable to get them to chase though. And it looks like Dragon Lady has gifted over 400 subs. Wow. The real MVP.
Seriously.
Little bleeder. Is that going to fall? Brainer's able to get a hand on it, but that's going to fall in right field for a base hit. Unable to quite get there. He and Patricus converging on the ball.
I think you just got to tap that up.
I think he also may have heard those footsteps as he was trying to reach for the ball. But yeah, that's right.
Just bat it up in the air a little bit. Just keep it live like a volleyball, and then Patricus can scoop in and grab it.
Although if you do that, you run the risk of knocking it right over the fence for a home run.
Not that shallow.
Hey, he was out there.
Nah. He was plenty shallow there to kind of tap that up.
If you bat it and you miss it, don't hit it the wrong way. Misses low to Briner. Briner looking to get a big swing with that one arm. Mark trying to bait him to reach out for that one that he can really extend on.
You know, it's really nice
Really
of Dragon
playing
Lady
inside and out.
to scoop all these subs for people, but you guys can all afford $5. Like, you don't need Dragon Lady to give you a sub. And if you have an Amazon Prime account, it's free. Just connect your Amazon Prime account and you get a free sub for a month.
Who else would you want to subscribe to? Use your free Amazon sub on us. What else do people even watch on Twitch other than Wiffle Ball? I mean, come on. Get your friends over here.
Tag.
Sand basketball. And here's the rookie.
Ryan Murphy.
Ryan Murphy looking to hit a big one. He's got that same low hands.
There's a bunch of people
low and active hands.
Doing the video editing. Each team is supposed to have a representative to do this. Tim Riley on my team is fantastic at it as well. If you go to my Lightning team page, you'll see some good videos he's made over there. I know the Ones team page is decked out already. They have the most followers for a team page right now. Dobbins is all over that, clipping some nice videos.
Yeah, the only videos I edit are of myself because I'm super vain.
Swing and a miss.
Big hack there.
A little bit
Maccabee.
of a riser, I think.
Yeah, it's one of those that kind of wanted to be a riser and then turned into a slider.
Yeah, that's about right.
Runs outside on him. And I always wonder if Maccabee does that on purpose or if he doesn't even know what it's going to do. As that one kind of stays more of a riser, but doesn't really even jump up, just kind of coasts without dipping. Misses up with that one. Greg Kelly looking to knock one of these runs in. Line drive, that's going to fall in for a hit. Brandon Gregg scores from second. Briner advances to second, and Greg Kelly has knocked in a run. 5-2 snappers.
You know Greg Kelly is feeling good about that knock there.
A nice rip there.
His first of the season, his first hit, and he's going to remember that one, I have a feeling. Puts the Snappers up 5-2 here in the fourth. Insurance runs have been the key this week in the PLW. Teams that are winning, tacking on that extra run or two. It's been a big deal.
That's going to bring Shane Weber to the plate. Weber looking to find something he can drive.
Taylor gets a base hit for that little flip over Burner's head there. It's going to get him toward that 330 average he's promised.
Hoping he got credit for a hit there.
I'm sure he did. That was a tough play.
Ground ball right through the hole.
Both of them, no communication there, and that's going to score another run. Merciel definitely could have knocked that ball down.
As Trench would say, someone's got to go in front, someone's got to go behind.
I think
they kind of went right at each other there.
And they both
held
froze.
up.
Yes, that ball was definitely fieldable. And if Merciel gave a little bit of ground and dove into the outfield, he definitely could have knocked that down. Instead, it's a 6-2 game now.
Manny Santianes coming to the plate with a runner in scoring position. 2 on, only 1 out here. Snappers looking to run away with this one. Misses outside, right at 55 for Maccabee, though. He's got the speed right. Misses again, 3-0 count, and Santianes, I'm sure, has the green light here. But none of them are close, and the bases are loaded here.
I'm expecting Petricus here. And here he wanders in.
Hands in his pockets, so nonchalant. And then he's just going to come in and shut it down.
I kind of like going to Dodos here a little bit. I'd like to keep Petricus at 0 innings in case something crazy happens in that last game. But
or even just because, I mean, let's be realistic. They're down by 4. Only a couple innings left.
Yeah, I guess you don't want to burn Dodos' last few innings. If Petricus struggles next game, they're going to need Jim to come in.
That's true.
So I guess holding off on Dodos.
But at the same time, maybe they try someone like Merciel because do they want the Snappers to get a look at Petricus before the next game, or do they want to have him come in fresh?
I think you're right. They could go to Buck, too, as well.
That's right.
And even KJ can throw a pretty decently. So
yeah. Or maybe even find out what the rookie has. I just feel like at this point in the game, although, you know, bases loaded, 1 out, it's a pretty high leverage spot.
Yeah, that's a great point as well. And then that's you saw against you guys, Santuan came right in that bases loaded, nobody out jam in the first inning, and he got out of it and kept that Vaders team in that third game.
That's right. And here we go, Brandon Gregg with the bases loaded. And it looks like Greg Kelly ready to tag up at third there. The one time that you actually run the bases here in PLW is tagging up from third to home. Only the runner on third can tag up.
Happened once tonight already.
That's right. And the fielders just have to get that ball to the backstop or strike zone before the runner touches home plate. That does not have to be in the air, is right. And you can use a cutoff guy.
Yep.
I've actually been the cutoff guy on a play that way once.
I remember that play. I was umpiring for that play. It was very beautifully done.
And Greg takes that one at 53.
You took that cutoff throw past the infield line as well. You were in the outfield when you took that throw. So you don't have to get that cutoff far.
It was just a catch and a flip.
Yep. Good.
Big swing, unable to come up with anything. And Petricus looking to shut this down, get out of this jam, and keep the Warbirds in this game.
Petricus, the quietest Cy Young candidate in this league. Completely under the radar. You wouldn't really think he'd be the Cy Young winner, but
he may be the quietest person in the league. Sometimes I go weeks without hearing him talk.
He's got a sure chance.
Line drive right down the line. That's going to stay fair. And Briner hits that one into the corner. Did that hit the wall for a double?
No, it did not. No, I have a good look at that. Perez cut that off before it hit the net.
And it looks like that's going to be a clean hit. Weber comes around to score.
Looked like it went right through KJ's hands. It looked like it went through them. His hands were too open, and the ball snuck through them.
And that's going to bring the rookie, Ryan Murphy, to the plate.
We're in Mercy land here. Blooping a blast for a Mercy here. We have not had a Mercy so far in the 10 prior games this week. 8-2 was the highest scoring game we had so far, and here we are again, 8-2.
One more run comes across, and it's going to be the highest scoring game of the season.
That was the one scoring 8 runs on 3 home runs that game. 2 3-run shots and a 2-run shot.
Nasty 51 throws his jersey number there.
That's going to fill the count. Big pitch here for Petricus. Although a walk isn't the end of the world here.
Big swing and a miss there. 2 down now. No, 3 outs. That's going to end the inning. And Petricus gets out of that big jam. And the Warbirds, they're down by 6, but crazier comebacks have happened. Actually, against the Warbirds, the Stonemen, I think, were down by 7 and came all the way back.
Maybe Murphy should change that Caps jersey he's wearing. I think that could help. What's going on, Wiffle Nation? Chad Phillips and Tom Gannon here from Hideaway Field, live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Thursday night action.
Snappers, Warbirds. Does it get any better than this, Chad?
It does not. Warbirds took game 1, 5-2. Snappers have snapped back. Up 8-2 here, going into the 5th inning. We play 6 here. Each starting pitcher has walked out of this one. It's currently, actually, the Warbirds have had, Pickering just got pulled, and then their first reliever, Maccabee, walked out. Petricus is now on the mound. And I actually don't think Petricus will take the mound in the 6th. I think in the 5th, I think they will put a Buck or a Merciel out there. And Brandon Gregg relieving here.
Well, I think we're going to have to see what the Warbirds do. If they put up a few runs, maybe Petricus goes back out there.
Yeah, I think that's about right. I think 3 minimum to get Petricus back out there. I don't think Petricus should be featured. Extra innings count toward that pitcher's total now. So it used to be extra innings were free. So if you just save that pitcher 6 innings, then he was clear.
Ground ball right back at Gregg. Gregg's going to field it, throw on to the backstop in time for the out. And that ball right back at the pitcher. A hitter's worst nightmare.
But now with extra innings counting towards that pitcher total, just leaving that starting pitcher 6 innings for that last game, it might not be enough. And then when you go into extras, you got to find a new arm. A lot more strategy for managers this season. Deeper rosters, deeper games, and everything is going to start to be magnified, as this is already one big exaggerated game of baseball.
Oh, looks like Hollis is saying that you pronounced Nevada wrong.
Yeah, I probably did. I'm from Massachusetts.
Yeah, when I learned it in school, it was Nevada, but then I realized it was Nevada.
What did I say?
I don't know. Someone down there saying tomato, tomato.
That sounded like Bruce. Bruce with the thickest accent in this league.
Bruce with the big Boston accent. Nevada.
Yeah, I got that long Massachusetts A. That's my problem there. 56. Brandon Gregg is ready to explode out there, Tom. It's probably his 8th or 9th pitch that was in between 56 and 58.
Just can't seem to get it below 55, and that does bode well for him though, because he's still pounding the zone, and the guys that do eventually get it back down to under 55 end up being pretty devastating. So as soon as he figures it out, I think Brandon Gregg is going to be a very serviceable pitcher. He's just got to get those pitches, get those 58s to turn into 54s.
Just as I suspected, it will be TB. Not TB12, but TB7, Taylor Bryner.
Arguably more dominant than Brady.
Yeah, I think so, actually. It's pretty close. He's run this league over since he started. Again, 3-time MVP winner. He finished 2nd in the Cy Young, then he finished 2nd in the Cy Young, and then he finished 1st in the Cy Young. So he has displayed his dominance nightly out here.
He's lost twice in the Super Bowl.
He's lost twice in the Super Bowl, just like Brady.
Actually, I think Brady might have lost 3 Super Bowls.
I want to see somebody hit a line drive at his left arm. I want to see what he does.
Yeah, he's got that hard cast. I wonder if he's okay with just throwing that in front of the ball, or if he's going to try to protect it and keep it behind his body.
We will find out at some point. But Taylor's right arm is better than most of us have 2 arms, so he should be all right out there, I think. They're not fooling around here. They lost game 1. I know they have a 6-run lead here. It would have been an okay time to go to GK.
It looks like we got Kingsman pitcher Colin Prentice in the chat. How you doing, Colin? Bet he wishes Dave's team won, then he'd be trying to fly out a couple times like Randy. Buck flies that one, and that's going to land foul, and he's going to get another chance here.
Yeah, don't break your other arm, Taylor. You need that one.
Kelly and Taylor not trying to get hurt on the first series of the season. Maybe in the playoffs someone dives for that.
I don't want to see Taylor get hurt anymore. Good
Fouls
pitch.
that one back. 56.
Look for something in the mid-60s right now. Mid-60s, I'm feeling it.
57. Just a little bit too hot right off the bar.
I guess if Buck can take that one, he can take one in the 60s pretty easily. Screwball.
Yep. And he's going to have to pick it up and tag second himself. It looks like 4:55 on the clock. He's able to get their lead runner there. And that's going to be out number 2.
That would have been an okay spot to come home there with a 6-run lead, but he made that play pretty easily.
That's going to bring Jim Dodos to the plate. Jim Dodos definitely going to want to get something going here for the Birds. Just get a little bit of momentum, even if they can't win this game. Carry that over into game 3.
It's a decent spot to be swinging for the fences right here for Dodos. See if they can inject some life, cut this lead to 4.
Nasty, 54. And Jim talking to himself after that pitch.
Something to the effect of, I wanted that one too.
Takes that screwball inside, just misses.
Yeah, that is tough. That's never in Dodos' hitting area, and it almost hit the bar. Really tough pitch to handle.
And it looks like he takes a step off the plate there, giving himself a little bit more room if he comes back to the screwball.
Look for a slider. There it is. Dodos
He hits it the other way. Weber is under it, but it goes off his hands and into the fence. That's going to be a dirty single. First and second. Brings Sean Murciel to the plate.
Too much room over there for Dodos. He's totally capable of going over there. He does hit the center field a little more than
But he gets
left
the
field.
slider on the outside half of the plate.
His miss,
Goes
though,
with it.
when these big lefties like Tannick and Dodos miss, it's just a high spinner to left, and usually it's shallow left.
And there you see the right-handed version, right to Manny.
Yep.
And that's going to be the third out. Or it looks like Taylor's going back out to pitch. And that's going to be out number 3. That's going to end the inning. The Snappers this time thinking they don't have enough outs.
When they got 2, they think they got 3. When they got 3, they think they got 2. A lot going on down here.
I've been there before, though. Sometimes when you're on the field, you're not worried about counting numbers like that.
Let's see who. It looks like KJ is going to go to the mound, as I suspected. No, maybe not. Is it going to be? Nope, it's going to be Dave Seifert. I forgot about him over there.
Dave Seifert making his Warbirds debut. PLW journeyman, started on the Bombers, was then picked up by the Night Owls, and now on the Warbirds.
Really smart move by Chris Warfield here, getting Dave into a game here, 8-2. No reason to waste another Matty Patricus inning. Dave has been working hard out here. He really wants to land on a team here.
Dave has really been working hard in the Taco League. One of the better pitchers down there. Really, he went down to the Taco League, and then when he came back, he was a different player.
I agree. He's still got some work to do out there, though, to get to that average to above average level on the mound. And let's see if he can work a scoreless inning here against the Snappers. Get his feet wet this season with the Warbirds.
Featuring that screwball in warm-ups, and it looks like Dave has got his repertoire a little bit extra in there, and he's going to try to mix things up here.
I was an original Warbird. I loved playing for the Warbirds. Those are all my boys out there.
I was almost a Warbird.
You were. I
you
claimed
recall,
you.
Yeah.
I claimed you, and then I was told that you are already on a team, but I don't think you were. I think I claimed you officially, but I got overruled.
It was the Sand Vipers offered me a better deal.
Original Warbirds, we got Matt Patricus, we got Nate Sariski, who's on the sideline, KJ Lacroix, of course, Chris Warfield. I think that's it. I think everybody else is come from somewhere else. These teams are getting more settled now, though. I feel like there's going to be a lot less trades going forward. Teams have been kind of looking for their mix of players, and
yeah, I think we had 24 players drafted in the draft. I think that's going to be a tough number to beat going forward.
Definitely going to be a tough number to beat. I can see some lower end trades of people's draft picks being moved around a little bit, but
meanwhile, Dave with the nasty pitch right on the bar at 54 to Greg Kelly. Misses inside, right at 55. 2-2 count.
Wearing number 99.
Big swing from Kelly. 57 on the gun. Seifert able to get him to chase. Seifert used to not even really throw above that 55 range, but he's got a little extra arm strength now. Looks like this is the Snappers draft pick coming up here.
Being added to the 7 spot in the lineup.
And it's ground ball to third. Petrikis knocks it down, picks it up. Throw is gonna be short. Short hops the throw there.
Petrikis hasn't seen many reps on the infield in the past 2 seasons. That's probably a pretty new position to Matt there, third base. He's played a lot of second base where he's got that open side of the field, but third base, you're kind of locked down there.
That brings up Weber.
I think that takes away Petrikis' range. I'm not sure. I think I'd move Buck over to third and let Matty roam the big side.
I agree.
But with Weber up, I'm leaving Matty at third. And I think Matty might be too far off the line at third base here. As you see Matty's position, if you can cameraman shoot to Petrikis' position at third and see how much room is in between him and the line.
And Weber always loves to hit the ball right down that line, but hits that one a little the other way, spins it over to Buck. He gets there for the out. And that's going to be 2 down for the Warbirds here. Or 2 down for the Snappers.
Is that Matty's first throwing ever? I think it's possible.
I think he's airmailed a couple.
Yeah, he's missed a few double play throws for sure, but he's even really smooth on those. That's the other reason to have Matty at second. Once there's a guy on
61, too fast.
There is 2 outs though, so. Seifert.
Hits Manny with that one.
Manny getting a little ribbing over there from his players.
Rips one right up the middle. That's going to be a base hit for Santianes.
That ball was tailing away from Merciel. He looked like he was kind of stepping down to make a play on it, and the ball just kind of swooped a couple feet to his left, and it was by him. 86-mile-an-hour exit velocity.
Now we've got 2 on and 2 out for Brandon Gregg.
Holding strong here, 318 viewers. This is game 2 of 3. Warbirds took game 1, 5-2. Snappers answering back here. Again, if they get to 12 here, the game is over. 10-run mercy rule would be in effect.
Ground ball right back to Seifert. He throws home, just a nice, easy pop, and that's going to end the inning. We head to the 6th.
Seifert works a scoreless 5th inning in his debut with the Warbirds. Great job, Dave. Let's see if the Warbirds can show a little fight here in the 6th and maybe get a few base runners on. I mean, there's no reason to be shooting for the fences here. They just got to find a couple of base runners, then a couple of more, and see where they can get from there.
And a couple of more.
Yeah, 5 base runners. That's the goal here. 5 base runners, get the tying run to the plate. It's never dead. Obviously,
the Snappers are going to put Manny into pitch, and he looks excited.
And now it's more
it
live.
Looks like the Warbirds are excited too.
Yes, absolutely. I'm surprised. This is a spot for GK, not Manny, I think. But we'll see what happens. 3 runs.
They may both get a chance.
Yeah, you might be right. You might be right. 2 batters. So that's the prediction here. Let's see. Manny's been effective a couple of times on the mound. Probably more luck than skill out there. Anybody can get a couple of outs if the batters don't connect correctly. Let's see. Who we sending up here? Who's leading off?
That's a good question. It's hard to say.
Dodos and then Merciel made last out, so they're at the bottom of the order here.
Manny with a big smile on his face. I think this might be his first chance to pitch since the spring season.
No, he threw in the fall a couple times. He had a couple of innings. I'm going to say he had 3 appearances in the fall. One effective one, I remember, where he did get through a couple of innings. But this is not a pitcher on the mound, folks. So these Warbirds need to be patient and understand the goal is to just get some traffic out there. They need traffic. Put the
A little
pressure
bit of
on.
momentum. That's all they need. Worst thing Manny can do is get these Warbirds bats going, and then they stay hot for game 3.
Hey, make them work, huh? Let's make the stream do like, oh, Ty runs at the plate. Get there.
Oh, it looks like that hit him before it hit the bat.
It hit the head first.
Funny play there.
That's a ball. That's a ball. Hit his head, then the bat. And once it hits his head, it's a ball.
Big swing.
He's got to wait back on that, Tommy. Got to wait back, man. He's throwing little lollipops up there. These guys are all geared up for quicker pitching.
Takes that one inside, and that's going to be ball 4. KJ works the walk, but one more walk, and they don't get to hit off Manny anymore.
4 more base runners to go. 4 more base runners.
Oh, and that was a pretty close one, but
I don't think so.
goes off of him.
I don't think it was curving. Maybe it was. Manny didn't say anything. Remember, that strike zone is behind you here in wiffle ball, so the batter is required to let the ball travel past him. If the batter does get
Looks
in
like
the
we
way.
have another Manny Jr. in the chat.
If the batter does choose to get in the way with his arm, his elbow, his shoulder, the pitcher can request the umpire to call it a strike.
Another one off the back, but that one was not coming back, and that's going to bring Peter Maccabee to the plate with 2 on and no one out.
3 base runners to go.
And it looks like Kelly's getting his chance, too. Kelly could still get the 3 outs.
Nope, it's Taylor.
Oh, they're going right to Taylor. Oh, Kelly thought he was getting the nod.
Manny ruined Greg's chance there. GK would have fared far better than that for sure. He would have thrown a strike. That's correct, as I hear Brad Ogden over here. He would have thrown a strike. He threw me a strike. I'll never forget that strike he threw me.
He threw you 2?
He threw me 2. You're right, actually. I was forced to take one, and then...
And Greg also was here quite a bit during the winter off season, and he learned a few different pitches.
Yeah, absolutely. He learned how to hit a lot better, too.
Yep. Greg, a good candidate for most improved.
Here is Mock. Warbirds looking for a few more base runners.
Mock, not a good candidate for most improved. He's already so good.
Taylor, in about 200 innings in the summer and the fall, had about 12 walks in about 200 innings. So
Ground ball shortstop. Kelly knocks it down. Are they going to get it to second base? Seems like it's in time, but they hold it there. And now it's going to be first and third.
the guy in second goes to third. Out recorded at second. Batter get to first. No harm for the Snappers. 2 more outs. And they'll have this series knotted up. Yeah, there's no reason to tag under any circumstance here. That run means absolutely nothing. I'm thinking that's why Chris Warfield just ran over to coach third base and tell KJ, stay put.
Fly ball, is that going to be it? He's going to go. And it looks like he's going to make it, but they're going to appeal, I think. Let's see if we have that on the replay. Not sure.
No, that's not stated. That's not official. The challenge is for anything still.
And it looks like we don't really have a good view here.
I
Let's
just
see
want
that
to say
one more time.
one more time. It is absolutely ridiculous that he tagged up and tried to score there. It is ridiculous. They are down 6 runs. It's the last inning. That run means less than nothing. There is no reason for him to attempt that.
Do we have the...
I can't see his foot. I can't see him on the base.
We've
Kyle.
got something for you to look at. Yeah, we've got a video review happening right now. Kind of tough to really see anything.
No, he's good. I can see his shadow.
Yeah, he was okay. I watched him.
Safe.
Everybody had him safe.
Looks like the ruling on the field is going to stand.
We all were. No.
Nope.
Well, there's no umpires ever going to be standing there.
Definitely a legal tag by KJ. He left right on time. The Snappers weren't watching him. They were watching their left fielder secure that ball, and KJ was already dashing.
Yeah, and I think that the reason they thought he went early is he did a little bit of a hop, but I don't think he went forward.
Shane Weber thinks the replay is wrong, too. Everybody here that watched it is wrong, and the replay is wrong. So, no, the second replay had it.
Taylor with a big smile on his face has got a few people jawing at each other.
It's good.
Little bit of drama here in a 5-run ball game.
He's crazy to tag up there. I just don't understand.
Oh, and Taylor with the big hitch in his windup trying to get Jim off balance, but he's able to foul it off. Looks like Adam Kaut saying he left early, but it didn't look like he left early. It looked like he did a little bit of a hop.
Yeah.
But when he came down from that hop, he was still behind the line, and
Snapper
Briner
secure the win.
strikes out Dodos to end the game. Snappers take game 2. And thank you all for tuning in for game 2. The Snappers win 8-3 final, and stay tuned for game 3 right ahead.
We'll be right back.
Okay. We got a replay on that?
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. The rubber match, game 3 between the Warbirds and Snappers. Here, their opening week matchup. The two Thursday night teams looking to get a win here.
These two teams are probably going to end up near the top of the standings. I predict both teams will end up in the top half of the standings at the end of the year. The Snappers, I'm only predicting that because they've done it every time, but they look a little thinner here. When Johnny Castaneda shows up, and who else are they missing? Oh, Big Gishwinger.
Gishwinger, that's right.
So they're missing a couple of pretty big hitters tonight, and they managed to score 8 runs without those 2 hitters. So they're clearly capable of running up 54 game season, 34-20 maybe for the Snappers. Maybe that would be the win total.
I believe they were projected at 33-19.
Okay, so I guess I'm taking the over on that note by 1 game. And the Warbirds were only predicted to win 23 and...
Oh, wait a minute. 33-21, where you got a 54 game season.
33 and 21.
Yeah.
And then the Warbirds were predicted to be 24
26, I think. I want to say 26 wins.
25 and 29, I think.
Ooh,
it was.
yeah, I think you're right.
25 and 29 was the consensus. And it's 1-1 here, though. Let's see what happens. It's probably going to be Patricus for the Birds. And Taylor, who's throwing? How about them?
Looks like Briner versus Petricus. Game 3, you got both aces on the mound.
Buck Burner.
Buck Burner. Little curveball.
No, that's my one.
Warbirds.
One knock on Patricus. He doesn't take that ball enough, in my opinion. You got to kind of tell him, no, Matt, you're the best player on this team. Get that ball, win this game for us. But I'm sure we're going to see Matt in relief again. Buck's going to get the start, though.
And they've also got a few innings left out of Dodos.
3 out of Dodos still. I'm not sure about the Snappers' numbers for the night. Brandon Gregg has thrown at least 5, if not 6. Taylor's only thrown 1. Weber's probably thrown 5.
And there you see the Cheers beauty sign.
Manny's thrown 1.
And Leilani Realtor, the official realtor of PLW. If you're buying or selling a home, use that QR code.
About 2 minutes here from game time. Getting that iPad set back up.
Greg Kelly doing a little hacky sack with a wiffle ball out on the field. I wonder if he knows he's on camera. Looks like Greg and Greg are getting together, a little hacky bag. Kicks it
I think he
into
scored.
the parking lot.
Over the net.
Might have been a field goal.
I can get that one. I'm going to go get that ball.
Briner warming up for the Snappers. Likely to go for a complete game. I don't think he walked out more than twice. Maybe he was only once last season.
That was the one you kicked.
How many times do you think Taylor walked out last season? Twice? 2 times. I'm going to go with 2 times.
Us Lightning got him once. Yeah, he's tough to draw walks off of for sure.
Funny thing about Taylor, I brought him to Maccabee's fast pitch tournaments, and I think he had 7 walks in a 40-game season here, pitching 70 innings or something. He couldn't throw a strike in fast pitch. He throws 100 miles per hour. Couldn't throw a strike.
Much different beast, the fast pitch.
You could say that again.
It's not even the same game.
It's definitely a lot more repetitive. You get a lot of different outcomes here in PLW. Fast pitch, a lot of those 3 true outcomes you see in baseball.
Yeah. Where the boringness of MLB has shown
Been
its
exaggerated.
face. The last few years, it really has become a tough watch as a diehard MLB fan.
And it's not like baseball was that easy to watch before either.
Very sad state of affairs right now. The players' union is broken, and they don't even know how to handle these negotiations with the owners. So MLB is in a little bit of trouble here. Spring training has already been cut. Here we go. Game 3, rubber match. Taylor Bryner, first pitch.
Misses low.
Mock stays in that leadoff spot. That's going to be a fixture here when he does come down.
And Maccabee available on a lot of Thursdays. Good. That bodes well for this Warbirds team as he takes one right at 55.
Briner is a top pitcher in the league, one-handed or not. That is a correct statement. We'll see, though. A lot of these pitchers are developing some new stuff, and there's some definite new Cy Young candidates that have emerged, and Taylor's just that same guy he's been.
Rips one right through the hole, and Maccabee on base with another single. Mr. Consistent over there.
When he sees Wilson over there.
Here we go. Buck Briner
Get those bets in, guys.
up with a man on.
Got over 125,000 wiffle points in play right now. The Snappers are now a 1.5 point favorite.
53 inside bar from Taylor, and he's definitely a little bit more locked in the mound when it's really his primary focus with that broken hand. Buck fouls it off.
Pitcher against pitcher here. 0-2 pitch.
Another foul ball, 58 on the gun.
Taylor throws a very heavy wiffle ball. It's just tumbling over so hard, and when you contact it, it just kind of sputters off your bat. No sputter there. Briner knocks a single, and the Birds have something going here in the top of the first with back-to-back singles to lead off this game.
That's going to be 2-1, no out for Jim Dodos.
This is a tough spot for Briner already in the mixer.
Big jam here. Jim visibly upset.
Ball's outside. Dodos looking to work himself back into this count and get a pitch he can handle. 2 ducks out in the pond. Ooh, late
Fouls that
swing by
one off.
Dodos. He
53, able to stay alive.
looked like he wanted to take that, and then last second, he was scared of that outside bar. Spoiled it. We'll see another 1-2 pitch.
Right up the middle. And that's going to score Maccabee from second base.
The single train is rolling here for the Birds in the first. To run in 2-on, nobody out against Cy Young Award winner Taylor Bryner. This is big news, and Merciel, who started the night off on fire, comes up to the plate.
57, too hot.
Merciel was 3 for 3 with a walk in game 1, including a 2-run home run.
And that one right to Manny. He grabs that for the out, and now we've got 1 away.
Merciel looks like a new man at the plate. More balls to the opposite field tonight than probably all of last season. He's really trying to use that whole field, understanding how much power he possesses. That's
Patrick.
smashed.
Another single, and that's going to bring in another run for the Warbirds. 2 on, 1 out yet again. And that's going to bring the rookie James Perez up to the plate.
Petricus has the simplest philosophy in the league, Tom. You know what his philosophy is?
Hit the ball hard.
See ball, hit ball.
See ball hit. That's why he swings at everything.
I guess maybe. But that's always been what he tells the team, and not to complicate things. He just wants just keep it simple. Don't try and make things more difficult than they are.
That's what a lot of the best hitters do. As Taylor's able to get a hand on it, but that's going to bleed into the outfield. Bases loaded now.
like to see
He
Brendan.
does stick out that hand on the cast side to just get a piece of that to try to keep it in front of him, but
He's got nothing to grab it with.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see Brandon Gregg hit the ground there, especially with that force out available at second.
or even if one of them just ran out into the outfield, they could have got the easy flip to second, perhaps.
I think that they gave up on that one a little too fast, and that's 5 hits in the first inning off of Taylor Bryner.
And that rolls the lineup right back to Maccabee. Big swing there. Right at 55, though, a strike anyway.
Game 2 final, 8-3 Snappers. 5-2 Warbirds, game 1. Rubber match here. Warbirds on top early.
Maccabee, the first of those out-of-town ringers to make an appearance this season, as Stein and Dalby were not in attendance yesterday for the sweep, and they got the sweep without arguably their 2 best players. As Maccabee rips one, that's not a replay, folks. The same thing he did his last at-bat.
6 first inning hits, and the Warbirds find a 4-ball to start this game off. That's as visibly frustrated as I have seen TB7 out there.
Taylor with a scowl on his face, and that's not a fake sarcastic one either.
Here's Warfield running over to coach third again. Let's see if he makes a better decision this time.
He's going to tell his guy to go early. They're not going to call it. Ground ball right at Manny. He stops it, flips to second for 1. The throw on to first.
Gonna score the
gonna
run.
Land, and the attempt for the double play is going to score James Perez from third.
There you see that decision coming into play. If he just eats that ball at second, it remains first and third. Any attempt at that double play will score the run. Of course, if they complete the double play, the inning is over and the run doesn't score. So that's what they were gambling on there. It did not pay off, and now they have to face the mighty Dodos.
And you see a big shift in the energy here. The Snappers, none of them look as happy to be here as they were like about 5 minutes ago.
No, this game is not over, though, obviously, in the top of the first here. They did score 8 last game.
And you don't want to make those guys angry.
And Buck is throwing here. That's their number 3 pitcher or number 4 pitcher. So the Snappers are going to have chances to scrap back into this. They're going to have to get out of this here. First things first, one more out they need.
Jim able to keep that one foul. Let's see what Dodos can do here. 2 outs, 2-2 count. Good leave there. 56 as well. Bounces that one in, and that's going to be a walk for Briner. Already 1 walk, and that's not a thing you see him do very often.
7 base runners in 1 inning. I almost guarantee that has never happened off of Taylor Bryner, and probably his... I'm going to say this is his 175th appearance in the PLW. That's a little high. That's a little high.
But he pitched a lot in relief last season. Instead of starting, he came into relief 2-3 games.
Yeah, but I just said 175, and they only played 120 games.
Well, if he leaves and comes back in, is that 2 appearances?
Maybe. Oh, inning. It's his 150th inning. It's probably more than that. He's probably over 200. No, he threw 113 and set the record. So he's got about 275 innings pitched in this league, and I guarantee you he's never given up 7 base runners in 1 inning.
And walked someone in the first inning. That's not something you see often either.
That's another good point. I mean, I don't know if he walked anybody in the first inning last season.
Usually he kind of walks through the first 2 innings with it, just kind of breezes through them.
This just shows you how
Briner's going to have to work hard here.
How good this Warbirds team is right now. They may be the best team in this league.
Especially when they have all their guys here, and tonight they do.
That's right.
As Briner walks out of Game 3, unable to use many innings here, and he clearly is not happy. You got to wonder who they're going to go to next.
It's got to be Weber.
It looks like it will be.
8 base runners, and Weber comes into a jam here. If he can get 1 out, the Snappers will get that momentum back, possibly, maybe put a couple up in the first and stay in this game, or the other way around, 1 more base hit, and this one could be over. Shane Weber's 3rd appearance tonight. He gives up a couple of hits in game 1.
Shane with a 64. And this Snappers team, you rarely see them frustrated, but I don't see one Snapper smiling right now.
Tom, Shane Weber has a torn ACL right now.
And I believe he also has an issue with his knee.
There is that
Got
ACL.
that knee brace.
Tom. It's okay. You can catch that one later when you listen to it.
I'm saying in addition to the ACL,
That
he's
is
a separate knee injury.
a separate
Like,
knee injury?
yeah.
Oh, a cracked
Cracked patella.
patella, I'm being told now. Okay.
But
Now-
also, he's had the torn ACL, I think, since the spring.
yes,
he's
absolutely.
just been playing on it.
But the thing is he's actually getting it checked, and he's planning on having surgery. So he may be out for the second half of the season. I'm hoping it's not torn somehow. Maybe he can rehabilitate it.
It's
with
a partial tear.
Yeah, a lot of time that scar tissue shows up and can help you heal there, but hopefully Shane is okay. Here's Patricus, 1-2 pitch.
Leaves that one down.
Does not want to go full here. Look for this pitch to be a strike.
Ground ball to short. They're going to go to third. He's going to have to take it himself. And that's going to end the inning.
5 spot for the Warbirds in the first inning, and they are fired up to try and win this series. So the Snappers coming up on the bottom of the first, though. Let's see if they can have an answer. There's been several times in this league team where a team has jumped out to a 5-0 lead, and you look up and it's 5-5 very quickly.
No lead is safe, especially against this Snappers lineup. Something I feel like the Snappers kind of do is when they're down, they really turn it on. So...
yeah, we got a poll up there, guys. Will the Snappers make the playoffs? So we got so far 10 votes for yes, 8 votes for no, and 5 votes for maybe. Let's double those votes up right now. Everybody get your vote
8
in.
votes for no.
I believe
No faith
voting
in the Snappers.
Gets you some wiffle points, I think, if you vote.
I think everything gets you wiffle points around here.
If you do some stuff on and play along on there, you'll get more wiffle points to bet. Turn those points into a sweatshirt or a hat or.
Do we have a Sharpie up here? I was supposed to sign a ball. Oh yeah, there it is, right there. I'm gonna go get a ball. I'll be right back.
All right, Buck Burner taking the hill here. Warbirds, I'm going to say he's their 4 pitcher. I'm going to say it goes Dodos, Patricus, Pickering, Burner, then LaCroix. Merciel, he self-admitted he's just not a pitcher yet. But he can certainly throw the ball, and he should be developing into
All
a
right,
pitcher
Chad,
at some
hand me
point.
that Sharpie and let's go up to the booth so we can authenticate this ball.
Why don't we wait till after the top of the first here? Let's go to the ball. Let's wait for the next inning.
Yeah, it looks like they're about ready to get started.
Yeah, let's go. After this inning, we'll come up to the booth. Buck Burner wearing number 10, which is close to my heart. And always root for Buck. Love Buck. Almost traded for Buck, but he ended up on the Warbirds instead. He's found a good home here. Let's see what
Buck,
he
one of the
has.
classiest guys in the league.
Absolutely. One of the best Skycam operators we have down here, too. Him and Mr. Bauer, both exceptional on that Skycam. And that's a position that's taken for granted out here, Tom.
Agreed.
But if this Skycam isn't being run well, it's a much more difficult broadcast to follow. Here's Burner, ball 1. Let's see if he can find it early. The Snappers with this 5-0 deficit are going to be extremely patient. A few walks and a double is a lot better than just a double.
Yeah, the only lineup. Oh, and that's going to land. Or, sorry, that's going to stay in the yard.
Ball jammed. He got jammed a little bit on that one. It got in on his hands.
Dodos makes the play, and that's going to bring up Manny Santianes Jr. Buck pitching with some confidence here. He's got a lead.
Levi is a free agent now. He was waived by the ones. He has
cleared waivers as well.
He's cleared waivers, so anybody can claim him at any time.
Bounces that one in there. 54. Buck just has to fill up the zone here, and he should be able to get through this game with the 5-run lead.
Yeah, pitching with a lead in this league is extremely difficult because that becomes the goal. It's just let me throw strikes, we're winning. But then all of a sudden, the strikes start coming back at you faster than they were coming in.
Sometimes an early lead can get you a little too comfortable. As Manny gives a little courtesy swing there, I think he wants something to hit.
Levi Lawrence was waived from the ones.
And that's going to be a walk. Walk number 1 for Buck. Early here in this first inning. Only gets through 1/3 inning before his first walk.
Snappers sticking with the same lineup they've had all night.
Another one way inside. Buck struggling to find the zone here.
Struggling to find that release point. And sometimes when you struggle to find that release point, you try and do more, but really what you have to do is do less.
And that's going to land foul. Unable to make the play, but...
Good effort there. Watch this replay.
Look at how far he comes over into foul territory, gets his hands on it, but unable to make the grab.
When you're moving quickly, it's very tough to catch that ball. You want to stop your body and, get the lower half set to make catches. Obviously, that wasn't an option there. He had to catch that on a full run, and it is a lot tougher when you're moving quickly.
Look at GK in the chat. Over on the Snappers bench down there in the dugout.
It looks like GK is going to address some unsubstantiated rumors.
Unsubstantiated.
Okay, it's tough for me to read that. The word is quite far away.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not sure what these rumors are. Are they rumors about Shane's knee?
We're going to find out.
Are we spreading rumors? Is that not true?
Maybe that's where he's going. You might be right. But Weber did tell me this before the game tonight, so I'm going to say
I don't think that's it.
That's probably not it.
And it looks like Buck's going to walk out in the first inning, and they go right to Petricus, their guy, Mr. Warbird.
Mr. Warbird. Big Atlanta Braves fan again. Not as good as a golfer as some of the other guys out here. You would think that Matty would be a good golfer, but...
And it looks like GK. Is he still typing away over there?
He must be. Here comes a paragraph, folks. Be ready. And a couple guys have their points on you, GK. You guys better get hitting up there.
And look how many subs Dragon Lady has gifted.
What are we up to? Where do you see that?
420.
420?
Isn't that Bird's number?
I don't think so.
I think that's his jersey number on the ones.
Yeah. Might have to get that changed.
Oh, looks like Sansone in the chat has also heard about this knee problem and that Weber will be going to see a specialist. First pitch, ground ball. Flips to third for one, over to second. Is it going to be in time? It looks like it's 4-5-0. They turn the double play, and the Warbirds get out of that jam.
One pitch from Petricus is all he needs. Gets the cheap little roller back to him. Smart goes to third to second for the easy double play, and the Warbirds hang on to that 5-0 lead. Big momentum back on their side. They batted... 11 guys in the first inning, I think? I think they batted 11 because they left them loaded, so they batted 11 in the first inning. So we're going to see their six-hitter Petricus lead off here, and right back to Mock for his third at-bat in the second inning.
All right, and it looks like Weber is ready to go here. The sign ball is going to have to wait.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get to that. We got
a long game.
We do got a long game. I feel like this might be a high-scoring affair, too. I'm telling you, Tom, the Snappers are not done here tonight. They are going to put 4 or 5 runs up in this game.
The Snappers are never done.
Nope.
The Warbirds better not get complacent.
Nope.
Sometimes you get a 5-run lead, you get a little too comfortable in this league.
That's correct, and I don't see that happening right now in this rubber match.
Big swing from the rookie Perez.
Briner already walked out, looking to work Weber off the mound. Getting Weber to walk out is just about as difficult as getting Briner to walk out. Good high 61-mile-an-hour fastball to the rookie, unable to recognize how fast that pitch was and lay off. And on 0-2, that is what you want to do to these young guys. Come after them with a little bit of speed.
And that's something you might not want to do to Maccabee because he might just hit it over the fence anyway.
This is not a guy you want to gas up.
Not a guy you want to ever have to face, but 43.
That's it right there. That is the mock killer right there. If Weber can throw that one again.
Nice and cute. Speeds it up to 59, the next pitch. Ground ball right to Manny. The throw home is going to be off the strike zone and in time. Nice scoop by the first baseman there.
Good thing that strike zone was there as that throw was running out of steam.
But despite that, Manny really sharp on the throws today. Even when he hasn't hit the center panel on double plays, he's hitting the backstop.
2 outs, guys. 2 outs. right? 2 ground balls, I think. Yeah,
I believe so.
2 outs.
We've got 2 down now here for Buck. Ground ball down the line. Foul.
Weber does work quickly out here. Defense slowing them down a little so they can get back in position.
Misses low and away. Right through the hole, Buck Briner rips one, and this Warbirds offense is just rolling right now. This is something that they're not used to seeing, and if they can do this all season, they're going to be a contender.
Well, the Warbirds have struggled with a top-heavy lineup. They've had a very weak bottom of the order with myself down at the bottom of the order at one point, and they never really found some rhythm down in that 5 and 6, well, now 6 hole, 5 hole earlier, but they have done so this season, and they have added some depth to this team.
Fly ball deep, but right at their new rookie, Ryan Murphy. And it looks like we got Jesse Capps in the chat tuning in from his flight.
Scores 5-0, Jesse. You guys won game 2, 8-3. You lost game 1, 5-1. And the Warbirds
And it looks like there's something going wrong with the live score. So I'm going to just pop down. Oh, no, it's back. We're fine.
Taylor Bryner put 8 guys on base in the first inning and walked
Look at that
out.
replay of the live score. I've never seen that happen. It looks like it froze flipping between innings, but everything's back on track, and looks like we should be okay.
Snappers only lost 2 series last season. Okay, and they lost 1 series in the summer.
Now's probably a good time to try to sign this ball here real quick if you want to go up to the booth. We've got a fresh wiffle ball.
Patricus back out to the mound. His second inning of work in this game. He threw 1 inning last game. He's got a 5-0 lead here to work with. Look for him to pound the zone here, especially against an inexperienced rookie here. Murphy picked up right before the games tonight. Snappers used a free agent chip. Every team was given 1 free agent chip.
And he hits that right back to Patricus. Patricus flips that one around to his infielders, a little behind the back from Buck Briner. This Warbirds team is feeling it. You don't really see some swagger coming out of the Warbirds very often, but right now they've got it.
B-Dog. Thanks for gifting that sub, B-Dog. Welcome.
Big swing and a miss there.
Yeah, this is not a good spot for this rookie. I do not know who this is, Tom. I apologize.
Let me see if I can get that on here in just a moment.
20th overall pick.
Pull up the Snappers
I do know
roster.
that. The Snappers had the 20th overall pick. That's what I know, and that's where he was taken.
And this is their man. Give me just one moment here. Get over to the Snappers roster for the spring season. And I believe it's Scott Labrado.
That's right. Scott Labrado.
Ground ball shortstop. Merciel's got it. On to first, off the strike zone again. Another one saved by the first baseman a little bit. Nice little scoop, bailing out his fielder.
Patricus with a shutdown 1, 2, 3, second inning. And after 2 innings of play, Warbirds 5, Snappers nothing, rubber match, 3-game series. Welcome, Las Vegas, Nevada, live here, Premier League Wiffle. Chad Phillips here with Tom Gannon. Why don't we get that camera up to the booth if we could? Let's let Tom sign this ball.
I'm pretty excited. This is my first career sign ball I'm doing. Look at that, game used. Right there, you got a little bit of tape. Looks like electrical tape. And I'm gonna sign it right here on the solid side of the ball.
Are you going to use your left hand to sign it, Tom?
I am left-handed, so that's what I'm planning on doing.
Very good. We'll get this ball shipped right out. Wow, this is exciting. All
There
right,
we go.
Weber's ready to
Threw
go
the nickname
here.
on there, Dr. Winkley. Whoop. I kind of messed up the L there, but we're fine.
Sean Merciel to lead off the third inning here against Weber. How many innings does Weber have left?
It's a good question.
I don't think so. And then the second game he pitched an inning.
Peace. I definitely hits.
Replay?
100%.
Replay?
Not sure if that one was a foul off the strike zone or not.
If it hit the cage, I just really fouled it.
I'm pretty sure it was down.
And it looks like that's going to be a regular foul ball.
I'm going to head down to the field and see if I can figure out how many innings Weber is available to throw here.
You want to do me a favor?
Yeah.
Give that to Kyle. I believe he's handling the merchandise of signed balls. And ground ball to Manny. He picks it up. The throw is going to be in time for the out. And it looks like Coutts in the chat. Sorry, man. It's my first time signing a ball. I'm not that popular of a player. Give me a break. Big swing from Petrikis there. I think he was going to try to hit that one really far.
So Shane has 5 innings available in this game, Tom. So he did come in the first inning. So he's done after the 5th here.
Unless they take him out for an inning in between.
Yes.
Misses way outside on that one. Knuckleball there, misses outside.
It's going to fill the count here. Petrikis looking to get some traffic out there. Put one notch on Weber's walk belt. Oh,
Big swing, and that's going to be a strikeout. Petrikis throws his bat onto the field in frustration. It's going to bring up the rookie, James Perez. Hits
That's
one the
gone.
other way, and that's going to be over the fence. Sneaks just over. Sad with the early call. That was money.
James Perez with his first PLW home run. 6-0 Birds.
And this kid, someone on draft night said this kid's going to win Rookie of the Year, and they might be right.
He's got another 15 of those, and we can put him in the conversation. But he's certainly off to a good start tonight.
Good opposite field rip.
Robbed a home run back in the beginning of Game 2, and now he puts an opposite field charge into the ball.
Robs a home run and hits a home run in the same series. That's a good one. Knuckleball from...
That was a nasty one, Tom.
Oh, wow.
That might be something Mock hasn't seen a lot of, 55-mile-an-hour knuckleballs.
Yeah, I think Weber heard me say Santianes got the best knuckleball in the league, and he took that personally.
He might have. Let's see if he throws it again. Gotta be careful you don't hang those.
Especially to Mock.
Especially to Mock.
Once he knows you have it, you're not going to fool him again. Another knuckleball, but he does fool him again.
That thing
Weber.
fell.
Weber makes me eat my words.
Yeah, I
Billy
think,
Santianes with the second best knuckleball in the league.
I think that maybe there's a little window on how to get Mock out. You need a knuckleball.
Mock may have decided to skip the series against the Vaders just now.
He might have, and we got a 6-0 game now as James Perez hits his first career PLW home run. A little early insurance here for the Birds. They got 12 outs to go to win this series. Open up the season strong. 3-0. Who is 3-0? We just have the
Night Owls.
Night Owls. 3-0.
The only sweep of the week so far. And we've got Lightning versus Cajuns.
Tomorrow night,
Tomorrow
my
night.
team will be playing against Andrew Leday's Cajuns. Cajuns with a brand new looking squad, about 4 draft picks out there. A couple of guys traded over. Another guy traded over late in the season. So they're going to be looking to find some chemistry early in the season. My Lightning have developed a pretty good chemistry in the offseason. We pretty much got the same team returning back. A couple of great draft picks we got.
And the Lightning, one of the teams that was here a lot during the winter. I don't think you guys are going to have a slow start that some of these teams may be having that didn't practice over the
hoping
offseason.
that's the case. A couple of guys worked really hard. There's a
Right
knock.
up the middle, and Perez, did he make the play? What a catch by the rookie. This kid. Wow, let's see that one more time. What a catch. I didn't think he was going to get there, but
Got it.
what a play.
He caught it. Look at Manny standing on first base.
Man, he can't believe it. Sometimes you do everything right at the plate and you still get burned.
Oh, I thought that was dropping in for sure, Tom. I am extremely surprised to see him come up
I
with
did
that
as
one.
well.
What a perfect. Diving head first forward is very difficult to keep that, exact straight momentum going. It's a lot easier to dive when you're running across the outfield than it is when you're running straight in.
And that was a sinking line drive. That's a tough ball to play.
Yes.
And you wondered if he knew he was going to get there, if he just kind of dove and then it ended up falling into his hands. I've had that happen to me a few times. The wiffle ball hangs up there. It's not like a baseball.
Yeah, a lot of guys in the majors from center field are not good at coming in on the ball. Jackie Bradley Jr. comes to mind of somebody who's fantastic at it. Jim Edmonds used to be the best at it.
Jim Edmonds, I think, is my favorite outfielder of all time.
You don't see a lot of
Ground
plays
ball, third
like that.
base. KJ bobbles it a little, has time, picks it up, throws on to first in time. Onto the backstop. I like to say on to first.
4, 5, 6 on the time. Once again, umpiring tonight, we got Brad Ogden, Kyle Lohman, and Alex Carrasco all doing a great job here with this series.
Great veteran umpiring crew. Guys that have been around the league. They know what to expect. Over the top slider, Patricus gets Briner chasing, and Merciel is there to make the catch. Another scoreless inning, and the Snappers are starting to run out of outs here.
Patricus, 8 outs he's recorded, and he's probably only thrown about 12 or 13 pitches.
If that.
Fantastic. He gets a double play to get out of that jam in the first, and in the second, I'm sorry. And
1 pitch, 2 outs.
In the first. Gets out of the jam in the first.
Tough to be more efficient than that.
Yep, and then he
I guess if they turned a triple play.
mows through 6 straight batters here. 8 in a row retired by Patricus. We move on to the fourth.
Andrew Jones, a lot of outfielders being named in the chat.
Andrew Jones, absolutely.
Although they spelled his name wrong. It's Andrew with a U somewhere.
Yeah, UW. UW.
Looks like Buck Burner's coming to the plate for the Warbirds.
Andrew, there you go. You got it. All right, Weber. He's got 2 innings left. He's thrown 7 tonight.
Another one of my favorite MLB outfielders is Rick Ankiel. The weird thing with the yips and him becoming a position player was kind of cool.
Yes.
Buck hits one, but that's going to stay in the yard.
See, Tom,
he hit that one well.
He hit the wrong side of the holes on that one, I'm going to say, and he just kind of had the holes so they were facing out, and the resistance was being pushed back this way because he got all of that one, and it just
Yeah, that was one of those that kind of just curved straight up instead of curving over the fence.
Yeah.
Sometimes you hit a ball straight up and you hit a sinker and it turns into a line drive.
Yeah, the one that Bird hit the other night, that ball didn't look like it was hit that well at all, but
it
he
just kept
caught
going.
it just right, and it just didn't stop traveling.
Another knuckleball from Weber. He's starting to mix that in a little bit more as the Warbirds are kind of locking in on that slider and curveball. Another hitch. Oh my God! With a big bat flip. He hits that over everything. I would say he hit that one to my shed, but I no longer live in it.
Oh my gosh.
Weber thought he was going to fool him with the
Dodos.
hitch. But Briner already hit Dodos with the hitch in his windup, so he was ready to sit back, and you could tell Dodos is happy. That one looked like it felt good.
I don't even know what to say. That ball was smashed. It started almost in foul ground.
Look at the bat flip from Dodos. A little bit of swagger. This Warbirds team has got this swagger to them tonight that I've never seen before.
I think it might be time to get GK out on the mound and get Weber out of there. This one's pretty much running out of gas.
Ground ball up the middle. Another base hit for the Warbirds, and
J-Dub's
hit
not
train
running
continues.
that down. Double.
And you can see the snappers are still kind of down right now.
Oh, they are. The body language isn't doing it right now.
Like I said, the Warbirds, I've never seen this type of swagger out of them. I've never seen the snappers look this just dejected.
I'd like to see Chris Warfield get a couple of his subs into the game here. He's run the same 6 guys up to the plate all night long.
Get himself an at-bat.
I don't know about that. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
On the Twitch chat, calling for the snappers to change the pitcher.
Yeah, it's about that time. They've seen Weber all night long. They're starting to line him up here.
Briner already walking out. Gotta wonder who they go to next. Maybe Wilson, as that's a great catch by the rookie. 2 rookie outfielders showing some
That was
great
good range.
promise.
Good
Yeah.
range there. Good reaction. Good first step. And good.
Speaking of rookies, speak of the devil, here he is. James Perez
It is
takes
first,
that one at 53.
first PLW home run last
Still
time
standing
up.
pretty close to the plate. Kind of getting locked up by that slider Weber throws. Turns away from that one, but that stays inside and 58. Fouls that one off. Big hack there. 64. Gasses him up, but he still swings at it. It's really tough to take a pitch right down the middle with 2 strikes, even if it's a little bit too hot. Just, years of playing baseball, guys, their brains won't let them do it sometimes.
Yeah, that's correct. It's really a new skill to be able to lay off pitches right down the middle. But let me tell you how much more difficult it is to hit 64 than it is to hit 54.
It's a big difference.
It's night and day, and you really got to make these pitchers come down to you. And if they know that you're going to swing at 60s, they're going to throw you in the 60s until you make the adjustment. And you have that chance to adjust first against the pitcher, maybe even steal a walk, as he's so confident you're going to swing at hot pitches that he kind of wastes the at-bat against you. So plate discipline, plate approach. You got to understand what you're doing out here, really breaking that strike zone down into quadrants. And, when you only have that 1 strike against you, say, hey, I'm only coming if this pitch is in and down right now, and be ready to hit that pitch that's in and down. And understand, like Billy Osgood likes to throw first pitch curveballs. So you sit on that first pitch curveball. If you don't get it, you leave it alone.
It's like that video game MLB The Show. If you guess the pitch, you're going to have a lot better chance to hit.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's Petricus working with a 7-0 lead. GK steps into the box.
What a pitch from Petricus. That little underhand arm motion. Effortless. Comes back with another. GK rips it right at KJ LaCroix.
4-7-0, just in time. KJ with a strong play there. A lot of times when you bobble that and the ball kind of ends up in front of you, you start rushing. That's when you pick it up quick, don't get the grip right, and you just kind of spike it. But KJ took his time. Made a great
roll
play.
the lineup back over to Scott Labrato. Big swing, unable to come up with anything there.
B-Dog coming in with a 5-pack of subscriptions. Thanks a lot there, man.
Just misses. 1-2 count.
Let's get our votes in for who we want up in the booth. Looks like James Perez has already won that vote, actually, now that I look closer. That vote is over. It will be James Perez coming up into this booth, barring maybe an 8-run comeback by the Snappers. We change things. But Scott Labrato not ready to face the veteran Petricus out there. Let's see if Weber's ready to face him. Petricus retired all 10 batters. Actually, he's retired all 9 batters for 10 outs.
Petricus just dealing. You wonder why they didn't throw him more in the previous games.
Yeah,
I guess because they were saving him for this.
I told you why. He just doesn't
Big swing, and that's probably going to make it out of here. Yes, it does. Dodo's unable to keep that in the yard.
Shane noses himself into the home run lead and ties the league leader with 2, Ibarra, Weber, and Chen. I believe that's it. I don't think anybody else has 2 home runs. I
And
could
he
be
doesn't
wrong.
touch home plate. Are they going to appeal?
Nah, that's not an appeal spot. The tag up at home would be an appeal spot, though. When
Yeah.
you're tagging up and trying to score, you must touch home. But in this spot, when you just hit a home run, and there's no appeal.
Yeah, you're just
allowed.
doing a dance.
Yeah. Manny, no discipline against Patricus here. Patricus has owned Manny
Manny,
going all the
a
way
free
back
swinger.
to last winter. This has been a matchup that Patricus has looked forward to. Here comes something hot.
54. Not quite.
That was a little too hittable, I think. Don't expect a pitch that good here.
I think that might have been a knuckleball from Patricus.
Everybody got a knuckleball now? What's going on out here?
It's the new hot pitch.
I don't have a
Billy,
knuckleball.
everyone saw Billy shut us out, and they want to throw a knuckleball now.
I just hope I can throw a slider tomorrow night. I don't know about a knuckleball. Ooh, just
Misses
missed.
outside.
It was 1 mile per hour hot. We fill the count up with a 7-0 lead. You know Patricus isn't going to walk anybody. This is down the middle. Manny fights
Is that going to
off.
stay fair? He touches it fair, picks it up. Off the strike zone. Patricus, you saw him miss that one throw. That might be the only throw he misses all season.
Yeah, Patricus is as quick as anybody off the mound to make plays.
Except for maybe Jim, his teammate.
I don't know. Jim is kind of finishes in a little more compromised position after he pitches, so he is unable to get moving quickly. I try and finish, so I'm already ready to step, and I feel like my first step to chase down fly balls is lightning fast, because I'm already kind of, my momentum is
Lightning.
moving that way. Yeah, lightning fast. But Patricus has just got that natural ability where his
Yeah,
reaction
it
is...
seems like he knows what direction the ball's going before it's even hit.
Yes, absolutely. Some anticipation out here on the wiffle ball field, much more important than on the baseball field. A lot of times you can see which way the ball is heading right off the bat. He's going the other way. You can tell right away. Tom, when you're hitting, that is not possible. You spray the ball around so much that you actually have to wait until the ball is flying to understand where it's going. So
Same thing with this guy at the plate, Peter Maccabee.
that's correct.
Plays a lot of wiffle ball where you really are only given that little pizza slice 45 degrees up the middle. So that's one of the reasons he and I go up the middle a lot, I think. We're used to only being able to go that way, and everything else is foul.
Yeah, what Tom is referring to there is most of the fast pitch leagues, the field is more of a pizza slice, and where the foul lines are not as wide. The field is extremely narrow. Everything is basically center field. The fences are maybe 80, 90 feet instead of the 113 we have here to center.
Sometimes more like 70.
Yeah, like 70 feet. So it's just a little tiny pizza slice with a wall that's basically like, 15 feet past our second base. So there's a lot of home runs, but again, there's fast pitch. So there's a lot of strikeouts, and it's
It's a very quick game.
a quick game. It's really not that exciting of a game to watch.
Ground ball right to short. Greg gets it. Plenty of time. And they make the play. 1 out for Buck Briner. Trying to add to this lead.
I think Buck's got a couple of singles here already in this one. Once again, Taylor Bryner, Cy Young Award winner, started this game and gave up a 5 spot in the first inning, walked out.
Walked out. That's something you don't see a lot from Taylor.
Weber has come in relief, and he's kind of put out the fire here a little bit. He's given up a couple of runs along the way.
Yeah, but that Jim Dodo's home run felt like 6 runs. Like it went so far. The momentum has shifted to the Warbirds.
He hit one in the playoffs against us last year that went just as far. It was just unbelievable.
Demoralizing.
Just crazy how hard he hits the ball. Golf
Every
with him,
time.
golf
So
with him a few
consistent,
times too, though, and he hits the golf ball just as far. That is sky high, way back, right at the wall. Tough play, made it. Good play out there. Who is that, Tom? I can't tell.
That is the rookie, Ryan Murphy.
Murphy.
Ryan Murphy seems like he stepped right into this Snappers team, and he obviously it's going to take some time to get that hitting down, but he's looking good.
That was a very difficult play out there. Don't make that think that was an easy one.
It's not like baseball. The longer it's in the air, the tougher it is to catch. You don't know what direction the holes are going to end up. It's going to tail toward you, away from you, forward, backward. It can go anywhere.
It's get knuckle down on you. Yeah, it can be very tricky, especially when that wind starts blowing. And the winds out here, there's 3 tiers. There's field level, there's just above wall level, and then there's way up level. And that 3rd tier is you don't really know what's going to happen.
Yep. Luckily tonight, a pretty calm night. You don't see the palm trees dancing out there, but On a windy night, you really never know what to expect, especially when the wind's swirling.
It can be blowing out low and in up high.
In the same series.
Yep. Yeah, Weber bears down, gets Dodos, shuts him down. The Snappers have 6 outs to work with.
And they really need to get something going this inning, I think.
Weber's done on the mound. You're going to see a new pitcher for the Snappers in the top of the 6th. He's thrown his 9 innings tonight. Petricus, he only had 1 inning coming into this game, so he can throw 8 innings this game if needed. He's hoping that only 6 are needed here. And he's looked dominant so far. I believe he's retired every batter he's faced.
And one of them was a double play.
10 batters faced, 11 outs recorded on probably about 20 pitches.
That's pretty efficient.
Pretty efficient. Matt Petricus is efficient as anybody in the league. Big Freddie Freeman fan. Do not blame him there. And he's ready to tow back up. Brandon Craig leading off here. Snappers need to get some traffic. Comes a little bit hot. You could see, Tom, in his delivery there that pitch was going to be hot, but it didn't look like Greg recognized it. With this 6-run deficit, the Snappers should be very patient here, trying to get some traffic on the bases.
It is tough to be patient against Petricus, though. He's just so consistent pounding the zone.
You are right about that. But the hot ones you can recognize from Petricus, I feel like.
57. A little bit too quick. Petricus, another one of those guys with his 55 looks fast, so his 57, it's a lot easier to lay off.
You're right about that.
Takes one to no one.
Full count. Big pitch here. Lead off the 5th inning.
Line drive into the gap. Is it going to make it to the wall? Yes, it will. A double for Brandon Gregg, and the Snappers have something going here.
Finally, Petricus gives up a hit. In the zone out there, he's been... Oh, he did give up a home run last inning. I'm sorry, guys. He gave up 1 hit. Solo home run. That's a 2nd hit off of him.
Nasty, but 58.
Taylor likes facing Petricus here. This is a tough matchup for Matty, especially if Taylor can spit on that pitch there as he did.
Ooh, big swing there. Looks back to see it's 52.
I think he was looking back at his left arm to see if it was still in a cast there. He could have used 2 hands for that one. I think there's a different result if he has 2 hands there.
I wonder if he could just tape that bottom hand to the bat. You know, have you seen that show or that movie Benchwarmers? As he gets him looking at 54.
Jeez, that looked like it was going to be low. Let's check out this replay here, folks. Petricus.
Taylor,
Oh, man.
Taylor not one to strike out looking often.
Yeah.
And he's going to try to touch that fair. Is it going to be fair? Looks like it's a fair ball. Very close play there. But yeah, I think, that in that movie Benchwarmers, they have that one kid that keeps throwing the bat, kind of like you. And they tape his hands to the bat. Maybe Taylor needs to do that with the cast. Maybe not. I feel like you need to use your wrists to swing.
Well, I was hit with a golf ball going at about 150 miles an hour, and it knocked out all the feeling in my left arm. And I was just unable to hold the bat for about a year, and starting to get some feeling back.
Became a nice inside joke in the league.
Yeah,
Although your teammate Bruce Uson is the only player to hit a double and throw his bat over the left field container.
That was insane. And then Billy Osgood last night throws one down to the container as well.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
No, I'm glad. I got a lot of feeling back now, though. So
I've got a batting glove waiting for if I ever throw a bat.
Perfect. I plan on not batting this year, so it should be easy to not throw it.
Foul tips
got a
it back
piece.
into the zone, though. Although, was that the first strike? Big swing there, and Labrado down on strikes.
It sounded like he got a piece of that one, but I guess he didn't. He just walked right away. I thought he tipped it. No piece. Umpire Brad Ogden, no piece. And Petricus gets through another inning. Warbirds lockdown game 3 here, 7-1 going into the last inning. Once again, Weber is out of innings. It looks like it's going to be GK time on the mound. Maybe. I could be wrong.
Looks like exclamation point rules doesn't seem to be working in the chat. You can go to premierwiffle.com.
No, it's Wilson. Wilson's going to pitch here. Why not GK? It's a good time for GK. They're down 6 runs, Tom. I don't want to see.
I agree.
I don't want to see Wilson pitch again.
I don't ever want to see Wilson
I
pitch.
want to see GK pitch.
I give Wilson a hard time, but he's a good sport.
I don't want to see Manny pitch again. That I know.
So yeah, it looks like exclamation point rules is not working there. If you go to premierwiffle.com, go to premierwiffle.com /rule. I don't know if it's /rules, but if you go to premierwiffle.com, there's a drop-down menu. You can go over to the rules. You can get the complete rules. But basically, infielders have 5 seconds to make a force out. You can tag second, tag third, or hit the backstop for a force at first base. On a double play, you have to hit the middle panel of the backstop. Anything that gets through the infield and a play is not made is a single. Anything that makes it to the wall is a double. Off the wall in the air is a triple, and over the wall is a home run. The only time base runners are real base runners is when you're tagging up from third base. If you tag up from third base, it's just like baseball, but the fielder has to get the ball to the backstop or the strike zone before you touch home plate.
And pitchers need to keep the ball under 55 miles an hour to get a called strike. 55 and under is going to be a called strike on that pan. Anything over 56 can never be a called strike. It can be hit. Batter can always put it in play.
Yep. You can get people to chase speed, but if it's 56, it doesn't matter if you hit that strike zone. It's a ball.
Once again, tomorrow night, we have Lightning against Cajuns, 6:05 Eastern. I believe the Cajuns are the home team there. Merciel lays off. Once you see Wilson a few times, it starts to look a little easier, I think. He's somebody you got to mix in smaller doses, and he's extremely effective.
Big hanging curveball, but right to the rookie. Ryan Murphy makes the play.
Boy, these rookies out here tonight, Tom, are playing some excellent defense. I have not seen any mistakes by a rookie on defense tonight. Maybe once earlier they got in Petrikis' way on a fly ball, and the lack of communication out there, but that will come with time as they get to play more together as a team. A lot of new guys trying to get used to each other's tendencies. KJ.
Delahunty, I'm gonna write that idea down. We may have that in the near future. I'll try to make sure you get credit.
I meant to do that tonight. I think we need a little bit longer pregame. Like, I think we should...
Well, I mean, maybe even like as part of the countdown. Just a quick little, give an example of every type of play. That'd be kind of cool. It would take a long time to edit, but it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And we could reuse it forever.
I think that might be worth it for sure. Or at least maybe letting us go on air a few minutes earlier so we can get that in.
Big curveball from Wilson, but it misses outside, unable to get KJ to chase, and he's going to walk down to first base.
A YouTube video link, that could be okay as well.
Yeah, quick little example of the rules, give an example of all the different plays we have.
That's it.
Swing and a drive, not enough. Right at his counterpart, the other rookie in left field.
I mean, even that's a pretty routine fly ball, but we've seen that dropped plenty of times.
I believe this is going to be Dave Seifert's first at bat of the night.
First at bat as a bird.
And Wilson takes one out of my book, goes with a weird little underhand flip.
38, Tom.
The radar gun does not read anything below 30. Big. And looks like Wilson's having fun out there. He knows they're down by 6.
$30. 38, 31, 30. It might be time for something in the 50s, Tom.
Oh. 43 looks like it's going to get the job done as Wilson gets out of the inning.
43, the fastest pitch he threw that inning.
It looks like the Warbirds are going to have to close this one out.
All right, Snappers need some traffic, as I've mentioned several times here in this one. They got to get a few base runners.
Snappers in pretty much the same position the Warbirds were in last game. 3 outs to go with a 6-run deficit.
Looks like the Warbirds having a discussion about who is going to take the mound.
Perhaps putting Jim in right now. It looks like Jim may be taking the hill, or is he going to walk right by and go to the outfield?
Mock walking right by it as well, so it's not Jim, it's not Mock. It must still be Patricus.
Yeah, they're just faking us out.
They are. They had a conversation. Oh, Merciel's going to pitch, I think.
Yeah, Sean
Yes,
Marcial
all right. I knew there was
getting
something.
his chance.
I could feel something brewing.
Or he's just going to warm up and throw that from second base. And
Oh, well.
Pickering, it's Pickering.
Oh, look at that. Our fifth. Look at how deep this Warbirds pitching staff
The
is now.
Warbirds getting all of their pitchers to walk past the mound, maybe trying to get into the snappers' heads.
All four of them. It looked like Merciel had it for sure. He was sliding a ball up there. But Dan Pickering going to get a second shot here tonight. And I like this call with a 6-run lead. I mean, I would have a very short leash on him here at this point. Maybe even only just 2 base runners, and that would be enough for me. Definitely a third base runner, and I'm taking him out. But let's see if he can work himself through this inning here. Let's clear that guy off of the base down there. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Bottom of the 6th. Just hit change sides, and it should clear it all out.
Dan Pickering, once again, he's basically just a pitcher. I would have liked to see Warfield get him in at bat, though. They have a nice cushion here, and they could have ran a couple of their rookies in there to get some ABs, but
Pickering, a switch hitter in the Avocado League. He hit the ball fairly well, but granted, everybody hits the ball fairly well in the Avocado
so
League.
Pickering switch hitting started, and this isn't a shameless plug for myself, but I used to own Dan when he was a righty. He could not hit me. He came up left-handed against me one time, and
he hit a home run?
I was confused, and he hit a home run in his first plate appearance against me from the left side. So he decided he had something going on, and he's kind of stuck with that. I think he's more lefty batter now than righty.
And I think in wiffle ball, it's an advantage to be a left-handed batter against a righty.
100%.
You get to see the
yeah.
ball curving into you. You get to see the ball the whole time. You know, if you're a righty, you have to kind of pick the ball up over your shoulder and then turn your head to make contact. So I think it's a lot more difficult when you're facing mostly slider, curveball type pitchers.
Correct. Against somebody like Stevenson, maybe it's a little trickier because of that screwball that he throws so consistently.
Yeah, one of the few guys in the league. He, Chen, Taylor, and Devlin Daniel.
Devlin, yep.
Really the only 3 pitchers I can think, or only 4 pitchers I can think of that have a really devastating screwball that they can really locate.
Yep. You'll see Devlin tomorrow night for the Lightning.
Is he getting the opening day start, or is that Purdy?
Purdy's getting the opening day start. It's going to be Purdy against a Roosh in game 1.
Exciting stuff.
Weber fouls another one back.
Weber wants that one back. Looking in the mirror with Pickering on the mound, a very similar approach to pitching for both of these guys. Swings and misses there. Down on strikes, and that's going to bring 53 miles per hour, but it looked a little quicker.
It did look a little quicker.
It's going to bring Manny up. Fouls that one off down the first base line. Manny looking to get something going for the Snappers.
Yeah, get that pole up there. I like it.
All of the above.
Get your votes in. You'll get some wiffle points just to vote for one of those. Good take by Manny. Gonna make Pickering come to him. Let's see. I'm gonna call the Piccolo here for strike 3. Here comes the Piccolo.
Big floating slider off the top bar.
No, it looks like he hasn't thrown many Piccolos tonight. I think Trench might be a little disappointed.
I think all the fans at home are disappointed.
I feel the air getting a little heavier out here.
A little bit cooler.
A little breezy. It's definitely cooled down a little. Air pressure up.
If it wasn't the last inning, I'd be putting my sweatshirt on right now. Manny slams one, but what a catch by Patricus. Are you kidding me? He flips it back to the infield behind his back without looking.
Gold Glove winner Matt Patricus
What is
shows
going
us why.
on? What is going on with these Warbirds? Where was this swagger last season?
I do not know. Mock brings a new life to this team when he shows up.
And that rookie, James Perez. Injecting some energy into these Warbirds. They've got higher morale than I've ever seen.
That's hit well,
And
but
that's going to be right to the rookie Perez. That's out number 3. The Warbirds take the series 7-1, game 3. And this Warbirds team, I think they needed a break, the offseason break,
I think
as bad as any team.
I believe as well.
They've got a lot of guys dedicated to the stream team that were putting a lot of hours in here day in and day out. Patricus umpire all the time. Dodo's commentating all the time. Buck on Skycam, Sean on Skycam, and the graphics and everything. So the Warbirds, glad to see them refreshed, rejuvenated, and ready for the spring season. And we're going to get that rookie, James Perez, up into the booth for a post-game interview.
Let me take this interview, Tom.
Yep, you got it. I'm going to start
Great job tonight,
taking
Tom.
down the cameras. Thank you, PLW Nation, for tuning in. Tune in tomorrow for Lightning versus Cajuns.
Tom is our technical director here, 3 out of the 5 days a week. Throw him a bone, let him up in the booth tonight. He did a great job. It's good to have you, Tom. Thanks for all the work you do.
I used to be a lowly Skycam operator, but then I got promoted to technical director, and I finally got my shot as commentator, and I hope they have me back next week. Just got to make sure I don't give away any trivia questions.
Perfect. Thanks, Tom.
Nice job, kid.
Thank you.
You want the phone? I don't know how to do it. Here? Sorry, guys. What's going on? I have James Perez up here in the booth with me, number 4 overall pick, taken in the first round by the Warbirds. Had a fantastic night on defense. Found a home run in Game 3. How you feeling out there, James?
A lot better now.
A little closer, just a
A
little.
lot better now that I got that out of the way. I was freaking nervous.
Dude, it's the real deal out here. You
Yeah.
got the lights on you got the cameras, you got broadcasters, you hear guys talking while you're at bat. It's a totally different scenario out here in the PLW.
Absolutely.
It's good to have you out here. What do you think going forward here? How you like your team?
I love them. I think it was the guys that just made me feel way more comfortable. I came out here, I'm like, man, I just want to perform. I want to do something. So I'm excited that I got that hit. I'm excited that I got an opportunity to make some plays. So yeah, I feel good. I feel good now.
That catch you made over the wall, we had called that a home run up here in the booth. And all of a sudden we see you turn around with the ball in your hand. I mean, how far was that over the wall?
Probably like 2 feet.
2 feet.
Yeah, I just
you
completely reached over on that one.
And then you had a second one that was rocketed past you, and you chose not to take a shot at that one with the 7-0 lead there. That would have been, you could have hurt
That would've
yourself
been
on that
bad.
one. That was smashed.
That could have been a double easy. But it looked like it was going straight towards me, and then it just started to die. So I was like, I'm already committed. I went too far, so I got to die for it.
Yeah, you guys played awesome out there. One little miscommunication maybe with you and Patricus out there in the second game.
Yeah, that's the new team jitters.
Of course, yeah.
But we had another ball just like that, and then I learned my lesson. I said, you. So yeah, we're good.
Yeah, you got a Gold Glover out there in Patricus. He is unbelievable defender. He's been the perennial defender in this league since we started. You understanding that is going to help you a long way, but I'm sure you're going to have a chance to make many plays yourself as well. Outfield, is that where you like to be?
Anywhere. I mean, that's my first time playing outfield or infield, so I'm open to try anything. I definitely want to practice more. That's for sure.
All right. Well, 4 o'clock, the gates open. Yep. Even on nights you don't play, you can sneak down here between 4 and 5, and it's an open field for anybody. So, James, congratulations, man. 2-1 Warbirds.
Thank you.
They take a 2-1 start to the season. The Snappers, 24-3 in series last season, end up losing the opener. Great games tonight, though. Taylor Bryner, just with the one hand, just wasn't as effective as he could have been. No Johnny Castaneda, no Chris Gishwinder. All those things combined to make it a difficult night for the Snappers.